shall we? The Travis and DeMarco Show right now.
Yeah! Here we go.
It's your fault.
Why is it my fault? Burpees?
Yeah.
You did them?
I did.
How you feel?
Sore.
Good.
Sore. I know.
Do them again.
I know. I'm gonna.
It's a nice journey we're on.
We'll see.
It's a nice journey.
The last time you started me on a journey, it was a year and a half ago, and I'm still doing it. So I'm.
Well, it's
I'm
half
a little,
a year ago.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
half of us. We're good.
For those that don't know, DeMarco challenged a little burpee challenge starting yesterday. I did, and as I was doing them, I'm like, this isn't so bad, until I got to like number 3.
Okay,
and
right.
I'm like, oh my God.
Third lap's always the worst.
These are awful.
How many did you do?
5.
5 in a minute, right?
5 in a minute.
5 in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
You got to go kind of fast to do 5 in a minute.
We're going to do it every day for a week, and then we're going to slowly ramp up. We're going to be fine.
Did you do it?
Yeah, I did 2, actually.
You did 2 sets of 5?
So I did 8 burpees yesterday.
Okay.
I kind of cheated. I did 8 burpees, but we're good. On the playground.
4 per minute?
Well, it was a minute. I think I did them in like 36 seconds and took the rest off.
Okay.
Right.
That works.
I'm good. Right.
That works.
So every single day we're going to ramp into this.
It had been, let me think here, 2009. It's been 15 years, 16 years since I've done a burpee.
Oh, really?
Yesterday.
Okay.
And I did 5
Welcome
of them
back.
yesterday.
Yeah.
One time I went to a workout class
Roars.
and Roars. And they played the song Roxanne, and every time they said Roxanne, you had to do a burpee.
Nope.
Oh, yeah.
Roxanne.
But then it gets to the chorus, and
Yeah.
it's like you're doing one every single second, and that one was terrible.
Your lowest point on your belly to your highest point. Jump as high as you can.
It's this.
It's good. It's good
this.
for us. We need to keep practicing getting up off the ground.
Yeah, well, that's not...
Yeah.
I'm worried about ending up on the ground. I shuffle my feet a little bit.
Yes.
So, like, I need to be able to know that I can get up after I fall, because it's coming. I've fallen fairly recently, and it's coming, so... Got to be able to bounce
I can
back
still
up.
play football, except I can't get off the ground very fast. That means I'd be roadkill. Yeah, I can still do the other stuff.
I can
it's
see
just
the
getting
play,
up.
move
Right.
it up 3 or 4 yards. You'll still back at the
In a
original
heat.
line of scrimmage
Right.
and in the beginning for sure.
My foot's coming out of my face mask. Yeah, that's
anyway,
bad.
we'll see. I don't want to quit before we've basically even gotten started.
Come on,
but
we can do it.
This one, I do not think is going to stick quite like the other one.
We can do this.
We
Yeah.
will see. We will see. Roars to you, Em. Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
Still number 6 on your list? Because that looked pretty
okay.
good.
So when I make it at home, is number 1, you know?
He doesn't like carne asada
From the street.
from a place.
From the street.
He sent me
You
pictures.
said this. You like them from home.
I like making my own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you did last night.
And I did last night.
Did you make any carnitas?
No carnitas. I just the carne asada from Northgate Market. You know?
There you go.
Yeah.
You don't trust everybody's carnitas, huh?
Well, I mean, think about it. You go to the lunch truck, you know, around here.
I got you.
You know, and who knows how long it's been sitting on
I'm
that
with you. I don't
skin,
trust everybody's
you know?
gumbo. I really don't. See, I'm with
But
him.
the carne
I'm right
asada,
here.
I know we've been over this, but I feel like I need to try to make this point again. The carne asada is the thing that a lot of people get. It's the thing that's getting turned over the most because they have to keep making more. Like it's the specialty items that maybe don't get, like the lengua or the cabeza or things like that maybe don't get ordered as often, that might sit there a little often,
You cook
longer.
though, right? When you go to a restaurant and you order something that you've made before that you know takes like an hour, and it shows up in like 12 minutes.
Yeah.
You're like, wait,
Well,
did you guys make that?
I hope that they've pre-gamed. I hope that they did their mise en place a little bit ahead of time. I'm just saying, you dropped the ball not getting the carnitas in Northgate Market, because that is the sweet spot. I could eat that every single day. Cup holder full of carnitas. Let's go.
Let's go. I got a thing I want to run by you.
Hit me.
I think it's the Dodgers' fault.
Oh.
It seems like L.A. is everybody's main target these days.
Okay.
Like taking down Los Angeles is fashionable again, and I think it might be the Dodgers' fault.
They certainly contributed to it.
Yes, for building that empire over there. Now they think L.A. is the place to be, so everybody is beat L.A. Yeah,
That's always true. Maybe it's a little bit ramped up because we got 3 teams in the playoffs right now.
Right. Things are good.
Well, it might be pretty bad here
they
in another.
were good.
by Monday morning,
Right.
DeMarco, we may be talking a lot of baseball.
Yeah, this party's turning out to be a funeral, but yeah.
There may be a lot of baseball come Monday morning.
Crazy.
You think
crazy.
that the Dodgers being good is giving the Nuggets, the Oilers, and the T-Wolves a little
probably
motivation?
means nothing. I'm just guessing. Edmonton's playing inspired hockey all of a sudden. Well, they have all year, but
kicked
all
their
of a
ass last
sudden,
night. They wanna win.
yeah, they do.
They
but
kicked their butts last
I
night.
mean, it's a noticeable change in speed in the Oilers.
Yes.
Yes. And the T-Wolves, it may be something that we did not know that Luka dragged here. That's some beef he dragged here with us.
It could have been.
Because they're playing above their heads.
They are, well, I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope, because if you're playing above your head, eventually you're going to come back to your head.
They've always been good. They're playing great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're playing to the best of their ability or near it. And that may be better than the Lakers can get to. But it's funny you bring up the Oilers, because I want to try to make this analogy. We'll get into both the Lakers and the T-Wolves and the Oilers and the Kings. But I'm gonna cross the two streams for the moment. Watching the game last night, the Oilers and Kings, Nick Nixon, who was calling the game on FanDuel Network, said something that kind of clicked. That Edmonton was tied in the series 2-2 and they hadn't played well yet.
Right.
And then all of a sudden they did, and we saw what it looked like
last
night. Where one team looked really fast and really crisp and really on top of it, and the other team looked like they were in second gear and they just couldn't get anything going. I started to think about that in terms of the Lakers. Where have the Lakers, in your opinion, played really well yet?
No.
Me neither. I agree.
No.
I don't think so either.
Well, wait, but that could have been their best game.
What do you mean?
They haven't played well, but this could be the best they can possibly play versus this unit.
Go
ahead.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
But what I'm getting at, and I'm glad you said that, is the Lakers, I feel, have another level to get to. Whether it's Austin Reeves, whether it's Luka on both ends of the court and not just scoring buckets. Maybe LeBron can get to that super-duper LeBron level that we'll see occasionally. And the fact that the series, it's not close, it's 3-1, but the Lakers really haven't put their best foot forward, and the series is still going on, in a weird way can give you a little bit of hope. Like Edmonton, through the first 4 games, got outplayed, and they were at 2-2. They finally put their game together, and they kind of ran over the Kings.
I mean, early. Yeah. And without a good goaltender, you were absolutely lost.
Oh, they lose that game 9-0 last night.
He got peppered last night. But the Lakers, I mean, when you think about it, right?
Is that too much of a stretch?
What are you going to try to do? Run with them?
I don't know.
Outscore them?
You're going to have to be better defensively. You're going to have to be. You're going to have to find a level to get to. You're going to have to, whether that's an effort level, whether that's a schematic level, which seems less likely because there's only so much you can do with guys that they have.
Yeah.
But a little bit of I'm going to concentrate on this end of the court before I concentrate on the other end of the court.
You want me to make red paint with blue?
I know.
And
I hear you.
It's just not going to happen, right?
Maybe not, but I keep trying to find a way to tell myself that this thing is not over, and I keep landing on the Lakers have not looked really good. They've had moments where they've looked pretty good. They've had quarters where they've looked pretty good. They've even had halves where they've looked pretty good. But for the course of the game, I haven't said that's the best that they can play, and I'm hoping that we get to see it tonight.
My only hope is that Minnesota takes their foot off the gas. And I think that might get your best Laker performance. And that probably won't happen. I don't think Anthony Edwards is slowing down because they're thinking, I'm guessing, but I assume they're thinking championships. The sooner we get out of this series, the more rest we get, and we can wait and see who we're going to play in the next round. So you better hope for them to have a bad shooting night or Ann is just off. I doubt if that's going to happen. So, I mean, I'm not saying that Ireland keeps saying he's in the 5%ers, and I'm not trying to be negative, but we all know this is a tough road to hoe now for the Lakers. And there are not many answers.
They're in deep, deep trouble,
yeah.
A. And then 2 is what you just said, which is, by the way, you're going to hate me. I'm stealing that red paint, blue paint thing. I love that.
You can't make it, right.
The answer to the problem is I can't. Make 2 and 2 equal 7.
The only thing we came up with is you got to is muck it up maybe and try to disrupt their flow and take them out of their game that way. But you don't have a guy on the roster that does that.
No, they don't.
Right.
They don't have the wild card, the instigator, whatever you want to call that guy, the Draymond type guy, the Dylan Brooks type guy, just the guy that may start something. And Russell Westbrook, like last night,
provide danger.
He was great in the moments where he wasn't, but he was just, there's this energy that comes along with a player like that that's unpredictable,
right?
That's super chaotic for long stretches of time, and sometimes it works to your benefit. Sometimes it blows a hole in the side of your own boat.
True.
But it's there. And the Lakers, you kind of know what you're going to get night in and night out, and they need something different right now.
What if AR clothesline somebody? I mean, I'm just saying. And then goes off. I don't know. What?
You know who could do it would be like Godwin. If Godwin was better than what he is, because JJ came out and told him to be a banshee. Go out there and just be crazy, play 5 minutes and get fouls, but be crazy. Godwin isn't good enough to be what we're talking about with Russell Westbrook and Draymond Green, but a player like him, a little bit better than him, but maybe they could use him as that.
Go be a pest. Who do you think this means? Well, is a first-round exit excusable in any way?
I love the question. I think it's a fascinating question because I think the answer changes depending on a couple of qualifiers. That if you ask the question at the beginning of the season, it would be inexcusable. Day one, the beginning of the season, if the Lakers go out in the first round, your reaction would be what?
Oh, way back when they had AD.
And then it could be. And then the question is, when the day they made the trade for Luka, what is a satisfying conclusion to the end of this season? The question is different if a month and a half after that,
when they were on the run.
Then and now the question now is what? Like, I think the answer really depends on when you're asking it. So I want to do that coming up next because I really do think this could end in a variety of different ways depending on what happens tonight. And tonight's result, I think, will push us in one direction.
I was just thinking of this on the way. Who does this mean more for, JJ or Nico? Wow.
Huh.
Yeah.
I'm going to do burpees while I think about the answer to that question. Mother's Day is coming up, and you need to make a trip out to Northgate in Costa Mesa. It's one of my all-time favorite spots. And head to the Mercado, Gonzalez, and Pronto Catering. You're going to want to listen to our show, the Trav and DeMarco Show, all week for It's to win a Mother's Day platter, which includes a pollo asada full tray, cheese enchiladas a full tray, got some of that, Mexican rice half tray, refried beans half tray, and pistachio cake. And you should pick up the carnitas while you're there, too, because that is my absolute favorite. And make sure that you can pick it up on Mother's Day. That, of course, is coming up a couple of Sundays from now, May 11th. And it just doesn't have to be for Mother's Day. You got family gatherings, you got corporate lunches, birthday parties, any special occasion. Pronto Catering got you covered. They've got breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Pickup times as early as 7 a.m., last pickup ending at 9 p.m. They got you covered 7 days a week. So head on over to Mercado Gonzalez and the website and click the Pronto Catering tab to place your order, and we'll see you at pickup. Are you okay, DeMarco?
Whoever came up with burpees is a jerk.
Yeah, they're bad news.
Burpees?
Throw a few mountain climbers in there while you're doing it, too. Those things stink as well.
Where's the DeLorean? Let's go back in time and get that guy.
It's all coming up. Strav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
For ESPN LA contest rules, go to ESPNLA.com and click the contest button.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Los Angeles, game day is here. Whether you're watching courtside or couch side, fuel up with the fire-grilled flavor of El Pollo Loco. Their famous fire-grilled chicken marinated in citrus and spices, cooked over an open flame. It's the perfect play for your taste buds. From their fan-favorite chicken tostadas to fire-grilled family meals that feed your whole squad, El Pollo Loco has you covered. Get in the game with El Pollo Loco because great flavor is always a slam dunk. El Pollo Loco. Order today at elpolloloco.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
Hey everybody, it's Cap. Inheriting a home can be overwhelming, but Seller's Advantage makes it easy. One customer shared, and I quote, "Inheriting a home felt like too much work. Seller's Advantage gave us a reasonable offer, handled everything, and closed in 3 weeks. I highly recommend them." End quote. Skip repairs and headaches. Call Seller's Advantage at 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage. Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/LA to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/LA.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ, J-O-E-Q, to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
So last night was women's night at the Dodger Stadium, and so it's similar to like the date night thing where the significant others of the players pick their walk-up songs.
Okay.
So this was Mamiko's choice for Ohtani, I believe, when he walked up last night.
It worked. He hit a home run.
Hold on.
Heck yeah.
That's the walk-up song?
Hey.
You got to go yard on that one.
He did. He did. First pitch of the game.
You got to go yard on that.
Yeah.
It looks like it's from a anime.
It feels like it is from anime.
You got to shut the boys down before they start. You got to go yard. This will be everywhere if you didn't.
By the way, if he doesn't use it again this afternoon, he's doing it wrong. You got a home run with it,
wow,
right?
That's awesome.
First pitcher that he saw from Alcantara, boom, into the right field seats. His first dad home run.
Yeah, his first home run is dad.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
He's pretty good.
I think so.
That's
okay. That's a really good investment. So, can you excuse a first-round exit for a 3 seed?
Yes.
Is that you can?
Yes, because it's not in a vacuum. There are circumstances. There's context to this.
And the records were virtually similar.
That's the first part of the context, is the Lakers won one more game than Minnesota. If this was a number 3 seed that had won 10 or 12 more games than what would they be, 6 seed, then it's a little different. They're virtually the same. There's no difference in their record, really.
Right.
The Lakers are not a lot better than Minnesota. I think you could make the argument
I think that's becoming obvious.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like if this were everyone's just playing like crap and Minnesota's backing into some wins and the Lakers are just completely lost, that would be inexcusable.
Right.
But that's not what's happening. Minnesota's beating them.
That's the other thing that's coming out of this, that maybe Anthony Edwards is a better player than Luka. And no one had that until this playoff series.
Yeah, you might be right.
It was a thought, maybe, but now you get to see him on the floor at the same time. At least one gives you both sides of the floor.
That's it. I think,
and there's no way of saying Luka's not going to give you that. I hope it starts tonight.
Yep.
You can choose to turn this around, but as we sit here now, you'd have to say the Ant is better.
Oh yeah, no, he's certainly had a better series.
Yeah,
and he's impacted the game in more ways. He's been the guy that, if you're just watching, like, who's the best player? It's that guy.
He's the confidence.
Yeah. He's able to do, like you just said, do it on both ends of the floor. He's not the second coming of Gary Payton on defense, but he's working.
No, he's old school.
He's in the way. He's doing some stuff, and his energy level. Oh, by the way, get used to hearing this over and over again. His fitness level is a 10 out of 10.
Right.
And the Lakers have a guy who isn't that.
He's an offensive wizard.
Yes.
But just the all-around game and being more physical, you'd have to give it to the other guy. And he's old school, talking about Ed. He's going at everybody on the floor, including LeBron, in a physical way.
Yeah. Oh, no, he's fearless.
No doubt.
He's completely fearless. I want to go through what you said. is this? Who wears this? Who takes the blame?
Somebody has to, right?
Well,
okay. Maybe not heads must roll.
No,
but
I don't think anybody's getting sacked over this.
But a first-round exit, you got to start talking about the whys, and when you get to the whys, you start talking about the whos.
Yep.
So it's got to fall to someone.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah.
And I think that there's really 4 candidates.
But can't be LeBron.
It can be, but it would be an unfair. Look, LeBron is LeBron, so people are always going to kind of look his way. I agree with you. I think they'd be inaccurate to put it on because what even if he's giving them exactly what he has so far and not an inch more, it's way more than you could have reasonably expected for somebody in this point in their career.
Absolutely.
So I'm with you on that. Luka obviously is going to get some side eye because of his completely not showing up on the other end of the court.
Why am I worried about if it's him? Because he hasn't guaranteed he's going to be here long term. You still have to make him like you.
Mm-hmm.
That's the part. It could fall to him, but I hope it's not him because I think he might react poorly to that. But
okay, and
maybe
if he starts taking heat, right. If he does, then I think that's another data point that you take into consideration
for Nico,
for all for everything, for your future, for all of this stuff. I think if what we were all hoping when the deal went down is he was going to go scorched earth and watch this. Oh, you think I won't do this? Well, watch this. I still think that's possible because while he's been here a while now, it hasn't been a full season. It hasn't been an off season. There's that. He could potentially have to take some of the blame for that. There's Austin Reeves. That his performance has not been in line with where we were positioning him going into the playoffs. It was a big 3. He is a guy that can get his own shot. He can take over games, this, that, and the next thing. And he has been, at best, okay in this series.
Okay.
At best.
See, I think he might be the scapegoat. He's kind of like Shador. Maybe we gave him too much props. Is it too much or too many?
Either one.
Too much props?
Too many?
Too many props.
Muchas.
Too many.
Muchas props?
See.
Maybe we put too much on him, like because we wanted him to be that guy, but the rest of the league is saying this is actually a doormat and we're going to show you in the postseason.
Maybe.
So if you dump it on him, that's kind of scapegoating. You can't blame that first-round exit on just him.
If his numbers are significantly different than they are in the regular season, I don't think that's scapegoat. I think that's pointing out an accurate fact.
Or just like you didn't know this guy was going to be like a sieve defensively in the postseason. We knew.
So that brings us to the last thing, which is the roster / the use of the roster / the coach.
The roster.
Right? That if what do you want me to do with this? There's not much I can do. Well, okay, fine, but try something. Just doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
And I'm really curious to see how tonight goes because I don't think that J.J. Redick's going to play all 5 of those guys the entire second half. I don't think we're going to see that again, but it doesn't have to be that. It could still be super heavy usage, and you're going to get potentially the same result of guys are just tongues hanging out at the end of the game, and what do you want from them? You're going to have to find a way to buy those guys. So maybe it'll cost you the game. Maybe that 10-point lead that they have at the end of the third quarter, that, hey, I got to play Vincent, I got to play Vanderbilt, I got to play Connect, I got to buy these guys 3 minutes on the bench. I have to, or they're going to be completely spent. And maybe that costs you the game. But at least it's a different punch you're throwing.
True.
The first punch you threw, you didn't win.
I don't know what Spoelstra, Pat Riley, Red Auerbach would do with a rotation like this if you're JJ. And that might be, like you said, where you settle is I got the best that I could get out of this group. So you point it back at Rob, I need more help. Now, if Rob Pelinka says,
that's what it is.
If Rob Pelinka gets out in front and says, we have Luka, we have LeBron, we have AR, we should have won this series, now you got some issues. If he thinks this was enough and JJ's telling you it's not,
you would have
now you got
to
issues.
Be awfully naive to think, looking at this team, that they've got enough. They played 5 guys for an entire half.
That's what I'm saying.
They clearly do not have enough, which I think is what you were saying a minute ago. Let's play a little game here.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the season, camp ends, game 1 is tomorrow. And I said, and again, the team they had when camp ends and game 1 is tomorrow. If I said to you, the Lakers make the playoffs and they go out in the first round, what's your reaction?
Would not be shocked at all.
I agree. I would land
entirely predictable.
Entirely predictable.
It's how last season ended.
It's how last season ended. It's how the season before that season ended. They've been a first round exit kind of regularly of late. When they made the trade for Luka Doncic, and I said to you, hey, they're going to make the playoffs, but they're going to be out in the first round, your reaction would be?
I'd be a little surprised.
But I agree, a little surprised. But would you be, no way, man?
No, I wouldn't be like that.
Because
not incredulous, no.
They're not big enough and they don't play defense.
Right.
Right? Okay, so next stop on the train tracks.
I thought he'd play a little bit more, but I'm wrong.
Fast forward to, let's say, 6 weeks after the trade.
Okay, right? Hot. Everything's going well.
Hot.
Right.
Lakers are out in the first round. What's your reaction?
Hot. Pissed. Are you kidding me? What are you doing?
Right. What the hell happened?
Yes. Well, playoff basketball happened. Everything changes.
Okay.
Yes, your weaknesses become magnified.
To where we are right now.
Right.
And they are a game away from going home in the first round. Your reaction would be what? See, this is what I mean. It's like it depends on when you're asking the question. Because seeing these two teams through the first 4 games of this series, Minnesota's been better than the Lakers. They're not losing to a team they should be smashing. They're losing to a team that might be better than them.
It's inexcusable because for stuff that's being exposed now.
Explain.
Well, Luka and AR are being picked on defense. Like, you can't cover up that many holes.
Yeah.
So it's inexcusable from that standpoint that you didn't have.
Inexcusable that the roster wasn't built differently?
Or there's no plan for it, but I don't know
but
if
like
there is a plan for it.
If there's no answer to the equation, you can't blame me for not having it. This is an unsolvable problem. You can't blame me for not being able to solve it.
We have a mystery guest that shows up to the blame pie, or who should be happy, or who this means more to if the Lakers go out in the first round. Nico's going to benefit some.
Yeah.
Because I told you so. JJ really needs to fight back because some of this will be dumped on his head because he's the coach. You know who the other guy?
But you know what matters? Yeah. How it ends.
True. If you fought hard.
If they win tonight and they go to Minnesota and let's say they lose and they lose by 8 points, but it's a game.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a game. It's not embarrassing for them. They just lose to a team that looks like they're better.
Keep going.
I don't think that lands on JJ. If they lose tonight because guys are gassed, because nothing's changed, because they just go out in 5 games, then it's like hey man, you need to at least try something.
I will make a bet with you. If they go out tonight, I bet the first tweet that goes out will be by Darvin Ham. Aha! What happened? I thought we were better. Aha!
Then the answer would be, dude, do you look at the roster? Right. The answer would not be, oh, you're right. It would be hold on a second.
Yes.
This is exactly what we thought was going to happen.
Correct.
We tried to fix it with the Mark Williams thing. We saw something on the X-rays or whatever that we didn't. We were like, whoa, we're no way on that.
If I could change anything, it would be that.
Maybe.
Forget the medical and just play the guy.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And you might be right.
Yeah.
But this is why I think kind of hitting all those stops on the train is important, because where it's likely to end up, and I'm a 5%er, I'm hoping they shock the world and keep this thing going. But where it's likely to end up is exactly where we thought it was going to end up when they made the trade in the first place, which is they're not big enough, they don't play defense, they're not deep enough,
and you're out in the first round.
Out in the first, which is because when that trade was made, it's hey, I don't know what the hell's going to happen this year. They got some real problems. They don't play D, they're not this, but just wait until they get an off season to rebuild this roster.
I can't wait till they
draft,
retool.
To do all these things, and that's why I don't think it's hey, this is an unacceptable result. It's kind of where we thought it might go, and then we got a little discombobulated because it was so good.
Even though I know it's tight, skin of your teeth, you're still a 3 seed. 3 seeds going out in the first round is never excusable, unless it is. And this might be. This might be the most excusable first round exit ever.
Yeah.
Ever in life.
Yeah.
Outside of like a team that's decimated by injuries.
This is not a what the hell happened.
It's a letdown, though.
It's disappointing.
A big letdown.
It's disappointing, but it's not inexplicable. The answer is, guys, they're better.
Yeah,
that's and
he's better. He's better. They're better, and it's just the future is bright. It just depends on what you're going to do in the summer, and Luka's going to have to rededicate.
Luka's going to do. He's going to have to,
and I hope it falls on him. I'm just afraid to put it on him because I don't know how he's going to react to that. I really don't. And basketball's weird.
But
look at Jimmy Butler.
Don't you have a little bit of? It's another. If he reacted poor, let's say that the criticism gets very loud
because he may think he's doing everything he can to win.
Okay, but he can think that, but he's not. I think that it's clearly the answer is you may think it, but you're wrong.
Yeah,
that you're not doing everything you can because look at these other guys. Look at the guy on your team. Look at that guy. Look at Anthony Edwards.
But I'm leading in scoring. I'm the one putting it in the basket.
I get it, but you're also just
you're giving it up.
You're giving up 3 for every 2
then
you
blame
get.
JJ. He's got to be better. See, that's what I'm saying. That's how you get into it.
But if that's how he does it, then I got an answer. The answer is, okay, we're not getting through here.
Right.
We got to think about different ways to.
We got to figure it out,
this.
right? See, if I'm Darvin, I would just tweet out pockets. That's what I would just my hands in my pockets.
I don't think Darvin's got a lot of.
I mean, this is your only opportunity
to be wrong publicly, loudly.
I mean, in your mind, you could be vindicated. They're out in the first round.
In his mind. So's he, by the way, as an assistant coach. What's on tap today on 710 ESPN? Lakers, like we're talking about, look to keep their season alive at home. Coverage begins at 5:30. Tip-off is at 7. You can listen on the all-new ESPN LA app, thanks to Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Please enjoy it responsibly. See, we got some phone calls talking about tonight's game. We'll get to those coming up in just a little bit. But what happens if it does come to an end tonight? That's next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah, tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes. LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Hey guys, what's up? It's George Sedano. Waiting is never fun. Usually nothing good happens when you wait. My friend Jacob in the law offices of Jacob and Ronnie want to make sure you don't wait after an accident. Immediately after an accident, before talking to the insurance company, call Jacob, man. Jacob and his team will do all the work, make all the phone calls, handle the paperwork, set up the doctor's appointments, whatever the case may be. And when you speak to the insurance company first, it's a big mistake. Because you know why? They may later use your words against you. However, Jacob and his team, they'll guide you through the process, get you the compensation you deserve, and you don't have to pay Jacob unless he wins. Nothing out of pocket. Free. Gratis. So if you're injured in an accident, the first name, the first thought, the first call should be Jacob. Jacob, Jacob, Jacob. The consultation is free. That's right. Free. I told you. Gratis. Don't wait. Call Jacob 24 hours a day at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Call him 844-24-JACOB or visit him online at calljacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Hey, it's Mace. Mother's Day almost here. I've been thinking about my mom. She is the best. My mom has built a life with not stepdad Leo. She's working at the middle school in Palm Desert. She is active. She is happy. She is forever young. And this year, I'm sending happy flowers for a happy Mother's Day from the Bouqs Company. That's short for bouquets. I got you 25% off your order. Bouqs aren't just any flowers. Their flowers are cut fresh from the best farms, so they're bigger, brighter, and last way longer. Some even grow on the side of a volcano. You can even wow mom with a Bouqs flowers subscription. She'll get fresh blooms on repeat. It's easy. I pick my bouquet and delivery date, and I'm already done. And with 25% off, why stop with mom? Grab some for your wife, your aunt, your grandma, too. Look, guys, you can't forget Mother's Day is May 11th. Order your Bouqs now. Go to Bouqs.com. Use promo code ESPN for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com. Promo code ESPN. Bouqs. Promo code ESPN.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
All power, zero compromise. Eagle cordless outdoor power equipment features advanced lithium battery technology that exceeds the power and performance of gas without the noise, fuss, or fumes. From mowers and trimmers to blowers and pressure washers, one battery powers over 90 tools. No wonder it's the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Power beyond belief. Visit egopowerplus.com to learn more or to find an Ego retailer near you. That's egopowerplus.com.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
You brought
Hype me
no
up.
leftovers from your tacos yesterday.
Oh no, there's leftovers, but they're not cooked yet.
Oh,
yeah.
So you cook the meat, just how much you're going to eat that night?
Well, she ordered what, 2.5 pounds?
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah, so we did. Yeah. So we're doing that.
I would have cooked it all, and then
ate it all.
Most of it.
Yeah.
And then the little bit left, we'll put it in one of those little, glass little Tupperware things.
There you
and
go.
then just heat it up as needed.
Nah, it's better when you.
No, I know you're right,
yeah,
but I'm not disciplined enough not to say, well, I'm going to want 4. Let's say you want 4 tacos. I'll make enough meat for 9.
That's smart. Good ratio.
And then I'll end up eating 7, and then I'll have 2 the next day.
Smart ratio.
See, when you put it in the fridge, that's how carne asada becomes 9 or 10. The next day, it's not the same.
Yeah, but then I'd have to wait.
That's how it becomes 9.
Okay. Oh, yeah, like in my rankings.
Oh, it drops down
exactly.
some. Okay.
So, look, you cook it. It's not like.
No, it takes a second.
Yeah, it takes a couple minutes, and you flip it, and done. The same time you're going to take reheating it, you can re-grill it.
Yeah, stop. You're making too much sense. You're making too much sense. Where are you on nopales, DeMarco?
Nopales?
The cactus.
I think I just had it recently.
Okay.
Here, I thought.
Did you like it?
It was pretty good.
It's different, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I didn't hate it.
No, me either. Like I typically I don't eat it as often as maybe my family does. But yesterday I just took them out of the bag, a little lemon, a little salt, threw them on the grill, and just let them sit there.
It was a burrito. We were at
Okay.
the hospital, Children's Hospital.
Oh.
It was the burrito,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm like, "What is this?" I had to ask Laura, "What is this?" It's cactus.
Nopales, yeah.
Yeah.
And my face changed. She's like, "What? You can't try it?" I'm like, "I'll try it."
I
It's
don't
good.
mind how it tastes.
Yeah.
The texture of it is a little
Yeah, it's that gooey.
challenging.
Oh, okay.
It's that gooey
I
stuff.
loved
It's
it.
like eating. Yeah, it's like eating goo is the right
that's
word.
exactly what it is.
It's very gooey.
Remember the parking lot right out front, the
Yeah,
valet?
yeah.
I didn't make the parking lot. Yeah. First bite when I handed the ticket to the guy. Last bite when I got in the car.
So let's just say it's a traditional, like the typical size burrito. It's about this long.
Yeah.
It's about this fat around.
Okay.
How many bites is that?
Let me see how long again.
This long.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 5, 6.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. Maybe a cleanup hitter at the end.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
6 with one little just toss that last one. The 6th bite could be 6 and 7,
Right,
but
there
we're
you
just
go.
going to take it down
Yeah.
to 6.
And then I'm scraping the foil with my tongue.
Yeah, aren't you afraid of hitting a filling?
A little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit.
yeah.
But sometimes,
Like, if
sometimes
it's
worth
wax
it.
paper,
Yeah.
I'm putting my face in there. But if it's foil, you got to go in there. You got to be a
Yes.
little careful because that
Sometimes it's worth
electric
it.
shock through your skull is no good.
I just got this tweet. It says we cannot go out like that. We can't lose at home. Talking about the
they
Lakers.
can.
Yeah, you can.
I don't think they will. I think they'll win tonight.
I mean, would it damage your pride? A little bit. The pride
I
of
don't
Laker
know.
fans
But
if they
how
go out.
different is 4-1 and 4-2?
Not different to me all that much.
4-2 says at least you fought back. You
Yeah.
got it to 3-2.
Look, it's better, but I don't know if I'm like I can't go out in public after a 4-1 and 4-2. I'm walking through the grocery store with my shoulders back. Like
Right.
it's all kind of the same.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean
it's,
sweeps are the
it's
worst.
better,
right? But I mean, we had Lakers
but
in
it's
5.
not an embarrassing situation. They're not losing to a bad team. They're not losing to a team that they should clearly beat. This is not like, for instance, and I'm just pulling one up from, had Memphis beat Oklahoma City or Orlando beat Boston, it would be like, what is happening? That's not what's happening here. These are two teams that if they played a best of 7 10 times, it might go 5-5. Or 6-4. That no one is a
Starting to
lot
change
better
my
than
opinion
you.
on that. Yeah.
Well, maybe, and that, quite frankly, might even be
That
more to
speaks
the
more to your
Lakers'
point. Right.
point is that, guys, if we played them 10 times, we might only win 2 or 3 games. Like they're all better than we are.
We're guilty. I'm guilty. We're all guilty of it. The Luka hype, it went through the roof. We were talking about Luka's jersey sales that were through the roof.
Yeah, but that's different.
He could be face of the franchise.
Sure he could.
A lot of that was pre-playoff talk.
Yeah.
And
he's still going to be all of those things.
But the hype that we gave him,
That's
like
different.
Shador Sanders, the hype we gave him,
The difference
it seems like it's a letdown.
There's a big difference there.
But same, it's just the hype that we gave him, and then reality sets in, and it's a little bit of a
but
letdown.
the hype for Luka is not without merit. The hype for Luka is he's a 5-time first-team All-NBA player. The hype
Luka
for
and the Lakers, yeah.
Right. The hype for Luka is he took his team to the finals last year. This is not a theoretical he might be this, that. He is. There's some checks against him for sure. I'm with you there. But he is going to sell more jerseys. The Lakers are going to be on TV. The Lakers are going to get the most hype and all these things. But it might not be enough. Like we're just going to waltz in there. That clearly is not true.
No, it's just sometimes the hype is on one side and we forgot about the B side, and the B side starts kicking your butt, and there you go. So it's never excusable. It's never going to be fun. And yes, you can, Laker fans, you can go out like that.
Sure they can.
If you can't figure this out.
I think that the ghost of David Stern is going to intervene tonight, and the Kings going back to Minnesota.
You think?
I do. I think the Lakers are going to do everything possible. I think it's in everybody's best interest that this series go another game, and I think it will.
To do that, it's going to be obvious.
Oh, that's never stopped them before.
That means you're going to. It's going to be so obvious. That means you're only you're going to send the Lakers to the line 30 times.
Okay, your point.
You can't do that. You cannot
as opposed to
do
all
that.
the other times they've done exactly that.
You can't make it obvious. You cannot make that obvious.
DeMarco, they've done it over and over and over.
And if I'm
again.
Finch, I'm saying, Ant, go to the hole every single time. Make him call it. So he's in the air, gets hacked, and there's going to be a no call?
Go call Chris Webber. Go call the Portland Trailblazers. Go call the Sacramento Kings. This is not, and I'm not pulling this out of thin air. The reason that everybody makes this joke is because it's not a joke.
Yeah.
But the physicality has been up a lot in this
Everywhere.
playoff series.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll talk about this at 10, but it has really affected a lot of these series and the way they call and officiate games across the board.
Strike quick phone call here. Let's go to Anthony in Los Angeles. Anthony, you're on Travis DeMarco. What's up, Anthony?
Hey, good morning, guys. I listen to you guys every morning.
Thank you.
Great show. So, all I want to say is I don't know if it's J.J. Redick's, stubbornness or, lack of experience. But either way, I'm super proud of the Lakers, man. To be going against a young and hungry, Timberwolves team and to have just acquired, Luka. Before we acquired Luka, I wasn't even expecting to make the playoffs. So, let me just say that.
Okay,
now,
that's fair. If you didn't expect to make the playoffs, a first-round exit would be excusable. But I don't think we thought that. At least you were going to make the playoffs.
Yeah. Exactly. Super excited. I hope he resigns and everything, But I want to call in to, maybe make some few suggestions. Let's play Vanderbilt some more, man. I've been noticing the trend that we go up by 10 or 11, and then our guys are exhausted, because they got us there, granted. But, once we get that lead, throw in all the dogs in there, man. Goodwin, Vanderbilt, Vincent, and let's try to sustain that so that Luka and LeBron and Reeves could, get their, stamina back.
Where's your scoring, though? I love it. I love everything you said, but the problem is if you go all defensive, you won't be able to keep up scoring.
You're not going to get any buckets.
Yeah.
Thanks for the call, Anthony. Appreciate it.
This is what I mean. You're bailing water fast on one end.
What he's saying is kind of a thought that's in a lot of Laker fans' head. My buddy Doc sent me a text this morning. What up, Doc? He was saying he wants to see Vanderbilt on and Anthony Edwards from the start.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think you're going to have to try something. Whether you go all of those guys, that doesn't sound like a great idea. I'm sure JJ has thought through all of these different possibilities.
I hope so. I'm sure he has.
Yeah, I don't think that when the game ends, he goes home and plays Nintendo.
No,
for the rest of
I'm
the
sure
night.
he's trying to figure it out.
Trying to figure it out. He knows better, I would argue, than most, but I think the way that it plays out tonight, and we can talk more about this, about the officiating and fouls and all these other things, but the way that this plays out tonight, I think is not that he's going to be on the hot seat or anything like that, but there will be a referendum on, dude, you didn't do anything different. If they just run it back and they lose the same exact way again, it's like, I get it. You don't think that's the right answer, but we never really found out for
If I'm him, I would say you want me to make $1 out of 15 cents.
Yeah.
It just ain't going to happen. No matter where I slide this nickel, it ain't going to happen.
Be right.
Yeah.
But if I tried to turn the 15 cents into $1 one way,
right,
I'm going to at least try a different way the next time.
Or just break into the store.
Or that might work too. The Far Side coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey, LA, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. Tossing your food scraps in the regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, it's easy, it helps protect our planet. Ready to do your part? Visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message funded by Cal Recycle.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
You unlock this door with a key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into the land of shadow and substance, of things and ideas you've crossed over into the far side.
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far side.
It is the middle ground between light and shadow.
Do you know what helped?
4 or 5 hour ride.
I jumped in the ocean. It helped.
Between science and superstition.
I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel fast. I want to feel naked out there.
And it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. The far side.
Travis, I don't know where these notes come from. Like when I'm walking, I just start like writing stuff down that pops into my head.
Okay.
So weird. So this one was yesterday. My daughter, the little one, says, "Mom knows everything. Mom always knows everything." And I'm like, that is so far from the truth. It is. I'm thinking, I can't say it, but I'm like, that's so far from the truth. But then I thought maybe that means I'm doing it right.
I think. There you go.
Yeah, I'm raising her right if that's what she thinks, that mom is always right.
So here's the thing, that yes, I think you're doing a good job with that, and two, she'll figure it out.
She'll figure it out.
It all comes around.
Yes.
It all comes around, for sure. And by the way, here's the other part. Like, good, go ask her.
That's what I said. So we're sitting there driving, and like we're trying to figure out where to go, and I'm like, I think it's over here. Well, you should ask Mom. Why should I ask Mom? Well, Mom always knows everything. And I'm like, she didn't even back me up. She was like, yep, that's true. I'm like, oh, that's just so dope. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. But I guess that I do. That means I'm raising her right if she thinks mom is always right.
Where were you not able to figure out where to go?
We were trying to find, it was what do you call those? A dumpling house.
Okay.
Is it dumplings?
Sure. I mean,
little steamed dumplings.
Yeah. Those are, by the way, delicious.
They are. And there's a bunch of them. Some pork buns were supposed to be, and I couldn't find it. I didn't want to use the GPS. Yeah, because I was sitting on the phone.
Okay.
And the other thing was, guys that are sitting on zero sacks are always fun. So when you go out, sacks are everything. Even if you lose the game, if you got a sack, it's like the weight is off for a week.
Yes.
You've done something, right? So
I got a number in the scorecard.
Right, I'm on there. Yeah. I did it. I made some money today. I came back with food, right? So usually this happens in a win. So you're sitting there, everybody's got a sack but one guy. And we're over here laughing like we're medieval knights. Ha, ha, ha. More mead. Having fun. Yes, we all have sex. And then one guy's just sitting there looking like, So you would have guys that would purposely screw up. I've seen this before. Purposely screw up. This is when you have a big lead. At the end of games on a third down. Purposely get penalized so they have more plays, so he gets another opportunity.
Love it. Now, that's a Travis move right there. That is high level. I'm in it for me
Come
stuff.
on, man. That's
crazy.
Not right, bro.
That's crazy.
Jumping off sides, personal fouls, what have you, encroachment, like lining up way off sides.
Did you ever?
No, not me. But I mean, but if I did get the sack, it goes away because you lined up off sides.
Oh, well, true,
Right.
true. Let's say it's week 9, and you're sitting on the 0. And your team is ahead by 3 touchdowns. It's midway through the fourth quarter.
I have never lined up offsides, but I have jumped the count several times. Like, I don't care if I get caught in the neutral zone. Oh, my God, that had me dying laughing. Just people that would do things like that in games for stats. I think it came up because we were talking about there's going to be a new rule if you fake an injury.
Yeah.
Yeah, to slow down an offense.
Yeah, college football, I know they put something in there.
And you have to send your medical crew out immediately if there's somebody hurt because it's become a strategy thing.
It's a tactic.
Wait to slow them down.
Yeah.
So now it could be a penalty if your medical crew doesn't run out there.
That's a weird one.
Yeah.
Because if a guy really is hurt, then you need to get him the attention he needs. But if you're gaming it, and now it's like, is he? Isn't he? Do we send him out right now?
If you're being told wait, that's bad. But I mean, like, if you're hurt, if somebody in a Rams uniform is hurt, comes up lame, or what have you, the first people that are going to see it are the Rams medical crew because that's all they're watching for. And then whoever will alert the referee there's an injury. But the medical crew will see it first, and they'll be heading to the field, and then they'll stop the clock. But if you're being stopped, wait, not yet, now go to slow down the offense, that should be a penalty. But it had me thinking about dudes that would do certain things to mess you up. There was that Detroit Lions guy. He's dead now. He was a receiver. Titus Young?
Okay.
He would purposely line up. He was a receiver. Purposely miss a line to get the illegal formation penalty.
Okay.
Because he was mad he wasn't getting the football. This is when Calvin Johnson was out there.
Committing penalties is not a good way to get people to throw you the ball.
He was mad. Right. But to extend the drive, to get more opportunities to rush the passer.
If Megatron's on the sidelines already because we got a big lead or whatever, then maybe I will try to grab one more.
Hey, Travis, I need 4 more plays. I'm about to jump off sides, okay?
Yeah.
Just don't do anything on this play. That's sick, isn't it?
Let me just tell you this. I'm probably the guy you'd want to say that
You
to.
think so? Okay.
Like, yeah, dude, go ahead. Now, I want to win. I want to win the game.
Right.
But if we're going to win the game, and let's be honest, you know when you're going to win the game.
Of course.
And you need to get one?
If they come up and tell you, this is the worst time. When the defensive coordinator comes up and tells you, okay, this is your last series, guys, and you're sitting on 0, that's when you start doing stupid stuff. Right. The next time I come off the bench or come off the field, I'm not going back on it.
People, generally speaking, not everybody and to varying degrees, but people are selfish.
We're all the same.
We're all the way. What do I get? Right? Like, not everybody says it quite as explicitly as that, but what do I get? But we're all thinking it.
Look for it coming up next season. It happens more often than you think.
I love this. Well, there was always, there's a friend of mine who played in the NBA for a long time would call these grenade passes.
Okay, right.
From guys that were very good NBA players that would throw him or his teammates the ball with like 2 seconds left in the shot clock. Not because, think about it.
They didn't want the shot attempt?
No, they do want it has to go up. I throw it to you, it goes up. I get the assist or nobody gets it. It can't swing again.
I like it.
It can't swing again. Once it leaves my hands, you have to shoot it.
I get the assist.
And if I'm getting fed on assists,
smart.
And if I throw it to you with 8 seconds, you can dribble it, you can pass it, you can do a lot of. But if I throw it to you with a second and a half, like if I give you the grenade, you got to throw it away.
I got to shoot it. I get the assist.
I get the dime, or nobody gets it.
See, thinking.
Yeah, I mean,
stats are money, man. Come on.
Damn right.
Stats are money. No
Damn
doubt.
right. Listen all this week to our show, the Travis and DeMarco Show, for your chance to win a $100 gift card to Islands Restaurants. And when you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7 and caller number 10 to win. Make sure to try the new $10 protein bowl. It's available only for a limited time. Listen all this week from 9 to noon on 710 ESPN. You know, kind of going back to what we were talking about with what the reaction will be if the Lakers get eliminated.
It won't be outrage.
I don't think so either.
It will not be outrage.
Does it matter? Because the caller that we had a second ago said, they're very good, they're very young, they're this. Yeah, they're also very good. Mm-hmm. And I think what happens next will inform what we're talking about. If Minnesota wins this series, okay, and they go play Golden State or Houston, whoever wins that series, and they run right through them, I think the Lakers and the feeling will be like, oh, man, they're that good.
Right.
If they go play Minnesota or if they go play Houston or Golden State and the other guys go right through them or they win the series, it's like, man, they were the next team out. That informs a little bit of how far away you are.
This is where it could suck. If the T-Wolves beat the Lakers and then the T-Wolves bump into the Warriors and the Warriors beat them.
Yeah.
That would suck a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Warriors are dangerous with buckets.
They are.
Very dangerous.
The Warriors, the Laker matchup would be an issue. But even if Houston just dispatches Minnesota right away.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a second.
Right.
Houston had them figured out and we couldn't get it figured out?
We're not as good as we think. But we'll see. I mean, I think you're one great Luka defensive effort from turning this whole thing around.
Survive tonight, play another game, and see what happens.
Yep.
It's the most boring, cliched, trite sentence that you're going to hear. We got to win tonight.
Yeah.
That's it. We'll figure out. Mike Scioscia, I always remember this when the Angels were good, and he started burning through bullpen early in playoff games. And they're like, well, what are you going to do tomorrow? He's like, if I don't win tonight, there is no tomorrow. I'll figure tomorrow out tomorrow.
You got to escape Alcatraz. The problem is you can see freedom. You got to swim to it. And you are in the deep water right now if you're the Lakers. And there's no guarantee you're getting out. And if you expend all efforts to win this game, you might be wiped out for the next one.
But that's a perfect example of, okay, I'll figure that out when
later.
I figure that out.
Right.
If everybody is, on IVs after the game because they're so dehydrated and depleted, fine.
We'll figure that out later.
We'll figure out Game 6 when it's time to play Game 6. And, of course, there's always the referees and their involvement. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood carpet and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Hey, Southern California, I'm Ty Pennington, the home guy. Teaming up with Pechanga Resort Casino to give away a brand new house. Imagine yourself in a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home in incredible Temecula, California. All you need to do is play your favorite slots or table games at Pechanga Resort Casino. The more you play, the more entries you earn. Visit Pechanga.com or call 888-PECHANGA for complete details on Home Sweet Win.
Rules and conditions apply. Go to Pechanga.com for more details.
Ready for a delicious escape? The new Islands Restaurant's $10 protein bowls are your ticket. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients. They're only here for a limited time, so enjoy one today. Visit islandsrestaurants.com.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Lease a Hyundai Tucson for only $269 a month or get $1,750 bonus cash. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end April 30th. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Winning matters, especially after an accident. At calljacob.com, we're here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
You want to make friends? You buy around for the bar.
Yeah.
Luka did that with parking. I thought that was fantastic.
Terrific.
Yes.
The Travis and DeMarco Show rolls on.
On LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
So what do you think of that?
How is that possible?
I said to DeMarco a second ago, I'm like, hey, did you see Ben Simmons' shot against the Nuggets last night? How about that?
How is that possible?
This is one of the all-time mysteries in the NBA. That a guy who was a very good NBA player just broke and never, ever, ever came back from it.
Is this the yips? You think?
I don't know
it
what
has
else
to
you'd
be,
call
right?
it. Right?
I mean,
yeah.
But multiple years long.
Multiple,
yips.
yeah. So if you didn't see it last night, the Clippers, by the way, they're on the verge of getting knocked out. They, not unlike the Kings, that series should have been quick and over and on to the next round, getting healthy, and now they're in a 3-2 hole. Ben Simmons puts a little kind of move on Jokic. Actually, it's a pretty nice move. Turns around. He's, DeMarco, how far did you say? 5 feet from the basket?
See, that second dot on the right off the block.
Yeah.
That's where our 10-year-old girls shoot free throws from.
Right.
And he missed everything from there.
By a lot.
By a lot. By a lot.
And
he hit nothing.
He took one shot. That was the shot. And this goes back to when he was in the Eastern Conference Finals against or the quarterfinals against Atlanta. And Embiid and Doc called him out after, dude, he refuses to shoot the ball. I don't know what's going on. Well, this is why.
Now I see why.
Something's broken.
That's a mental block.
Oh, my gosh.
That's 2 steps from the free throw line, about a step and a half away from the restricted area.
Yeah.
That should be 100% for a guy like him.
On
a right-hand jump hook.
I have never seen a good player lose it to that degree.
No, that's like being lifted off the ground and driven beyond, out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be out there if this is what you're doing.
The whole Clipper thing is bizarre. James Harden last night.
Yeah.
Right? James Harden took 9 shots. 9 shots. He made 3 of them. He had 11 points. And you're thinking, oh, well, maybe he just was awesome. He's filling everything. He only had 5 assists. James Harden is one of the great scorers in the NBA. 9 shots?
That's weird.
It's just, but it's not, because it happens to him all the time.
I mean, that's weird. It seems like you don't know what you want to be. You're a prolific scorer, and now, I don't know, when it matters most, you shrink.
Okay, so that's what I was going to ask you. Do you? You're the pro. You've been in locker rooms. And I'm reluctant to use this word, but it's the only word I can come up with. Okay? Do some guys just choke a lot? And could that be what this is?
Yes.
That this is just a guy that is a choker, that when it gets big and it gets tight and it gets tough, he's just overwhelmed by the moment.
Some dudes, okay, we know this business. They're great on podcasts. They're great one-on-one. You put them on a big show, freeze. Yeah. Different dude. Same thing. I guess when you get to environments where everybody's watching, where all your mistakes are magnified, you choke a little. You're afraid. You're afraid to pull the trigger. I think Anthony Edwards is the opposite way. Yeah. The more eyes on him, the better. I think Harden may be a guy that I will score you 35 points if you promise me that you're not going to pay attention to me.
I'll score you 35 points on a Wednesday in February.
On a game that's not on TV.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
It just has happened way too often for a player that's, he's going to Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
He's an MVP.
So?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. First of all, Basketball Hall of Fame, a lot of folks get into that one. But he's a terrific scorer.
He's a great player. Yeah.
He's a terrific scorer. And it'd be if James Harden went, what do you make? He made 3 out of 9. If he went 3 for 20, okay.
But what do you think his motivations are?
Shoot the ball.
Yeah.
I don't know.
LeBron, what do you think motivates him?
People saying his name and winning.
Luka? Trying to figure that out. That's a different one.
Man.
That's
a
different one. Yeah.
Great question.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wonder, Jokic, winning, dominating, being the best ever. Right. Going home.
Yeah.
The only way to go home is to win this, right?
Right.
I'm not sure what Harden's main goal is. I just don't associate Harden with championship. Harden with points, Harden with partying, Harden with being Harden in the beard. Being that guy, yes. But Harden in championships, do you see that in his brand?
No, not at all.
Yeah. I didn't see
Not
that
at
with
all.
Jimmy Buckets until this year.
But Jimmy Butler, championships, he hadn't won a championship yet, but Jimmy Butler shows the blank up.
He does.
He's been to the finals multiple times.
And Jimmy Butler is a hard out. Jimmy Butler is not scared. He's the opposite. Like, I'll do it.
Right.
I'll shoot. Like, Steph Curry could be right there, and Jimmy Butler's like, yeah, I'll shoot it. I don't
Another
care.
dude, you think championships and being the best ever.
Yeah.
Draymond, you think championships and a lot of bruises and blood.
Yep.
But championships. I'm not sure what James Harden's brand is. Besides
It's this.
Is that what it is?
This.
Yeah.
It's is it important? Yes. Then I might not show up tonight.
Wow. That's too bad. Then why have all the gifts?
It's kind of the opposite of Kawhi, who in a big moment, Kawhi, I think he's probably going to be pretty good.
I think he wants to be there. His body just fails him.
Kawhi is not this is awfully big. He might play bad, but it's not. He's also played really well in those moments.
True. Very true.
Yeah, Harden, watching that game last night, by the way, last night it was like,
wow.
You had the Kings, the Dodgers, and the Clippers all going at the same time. The Dodger one you could kind of punt on because the game became goofy and it was a blowout, but going back and forth between the other two. And I didn't see the entire Clipper game, but I saw enough of it it reminded me about what we talked about with Draymond Green yesterday.
Yeah.
And I'm not a Russell Westbrook fan in the sense that I understand the downside to him well. He brought that thing that we talked about with Draymond to the Nuggets last night, and it was the good version of the thing. Energy, unpredictability, just this buzz that when he's out there, like, I don't know what the hell that guy's going to do. Like I saw in back-to-back possessions, he knocked down a huge three and then launched a terrible air ball with a ton of time left on the clock.
That's what you get. Yeah.
But it's that uncertainty. And by the way, there's another guy not scared. Right. He's going to go out there and fight like crazy. And he just brings a level of passion and energy to everything he does that, not that I want Russell Westbrook back on the Lakers. That's not what I'm getting at. But who is that guy on the Lakers that brings unbelievable energy and unpredictability to what they do?
Maybe we can hire Halliburton's dad for one night.
Okay. So
what was your old butt thinking you're going to do out there?
To Giannis Antetokounmpo.
To a literal giant. What did you think you were going to do?
If you were going to say, can you just give me a walking example of human physiology at its peak? Just Giannis, take off your shirt.
There's
that right
and then
there.
There's him.
Yeah.
Right. Thank God he's a mild-mannered guy, or at least a guy that can keep his composure. Because he could have slapped that old man's head off.
And by the way, you know what we all would have said?
What?
You deserved it.
Thank you. Right.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you get mad at Pedro for dumping Don Zimmer back in the day?
No.
You didn't?
It was a bad look, but dude, the guy was coming at him.
Don
He kind of
Zimmer
shoved him out of the way.
Was trying to run him over. Right.
Yeah. I mean, put it this way.
Yeah.
Had he just kind of gently gone, Don, stop.
That's about as gently as you could do. Let me grab you by the ears and turn you over.
He didn't break Mr. Halliburton's face was Giannis at his best.
Yes.
Because Giannis just lost.
Just
lost because
on that floor,
Gary Trent Jr. went Bill Buckner and watched the ball roll between his legs.
Right.
He just got taken to the rim to lose the game.
Bro, you got to get a hold of your father.
He's been on a team that has underachieved for a few years now.
Yes.
And some dude's dad is in your face?
Come get your dad. Come get your father. Get him out of my face. I'm about to hurt him. Really, this is not the moment. This is not the time to be doing
Giannis
this.
slapped the you-know-what out of him, we all would have been like, yeah, dude, you can't do that.
deserved
And
it.
it would have been to stay away from him.
It was just as bad as like the Malice in the Palace when those dudes came on the floor. That's the player's domain. That's not for you. Especially then. You don't go down there then.
You do not get in that guy's face in that situation. And the only thing I will say about this that I came out, there are two positives, I think. Three, that Giannis didn't break his head open.
And he could have. Yes.
Number two, when they asked Tyrese Halliburton about his dad, I thought he gave the perfect response, which is, my dad was excited. I understand why he was excited, but that can't happen. I spoke to him, and it will never happen again.
There you go. Good.
Like, this is, Dad, what the are you doing?
Dad, you're banned forever.
You're making me look like a what.
Oh, yeah. Dad's not getting tickets ever again.
And then Dad went on social media afterwards and said, I embarrassed the team, my son, the league. It will never happen again.
Good.
So everybody kind of got it right at the end, but I love that Tyrese Halliburton was like, Dad, shut the blank up.
Right.
What are you doing, dude?
But falling on the sword these days seems to be the right move.
It always is the right move.
For screw-ups.
Yeah. You've got children. I've got children. Jorge's got children. When your kid does something stupid and you're ready to break their neck.
Yeah.
And they say, I know I did it. It was dumb. I won't do it again. Your level of anger drops off a cliff.
Big time.
Off a cliff.
At least 60%.
At least that.
Yeah,
You're still angry and you still may, but if somebody says,
it has to be genuine, though.
Yes. Yeah. It can't be, well, I know. But if it's like, I blew that.
I messed up. I'm sorry.
It won't happen again. And you might give them a little bit in there. And if they just sit there and take it and say, I know, you're right.
Right.
We're done.
Unless it's the fourth time they've done it. Then we got issues.
Well, yeah.
Now
maybe
you're
even
trying
the
to play
second
me.
time. But that's different than actually taking ownership
This
of it.
is true. But it's the kid, Ulbricht's son, falling on the sword saying, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That stuff. If you get out in front of it, it kind of lessens the impact of it. But if you're Halliburton's dad, you're done going to games, period. And sometimes
you're done sitting on the floor, that's for sure.
Your family gets you into so much trouble. Didn't Puka's brother just slap
somebody in the UFL?
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like my brothers, the Jokic brothers, they're there too.
Yeah.
They're gangsters.
Yeah.
They know your
They're tough
family
guys.
gets you into some junk.
And it's got to be hard to go. Let's use Patrick Mahomes as an example. Okay?
Oh, geez. Don't bring up that dude.
His brother and his wife are not particularly well-liked individuals in the grand scheme of the sports people.
Yes.
Right? It's his brother.
Oh.
And it's his wife. And to tell them, hey, listen, you're blowing this for everybody would have to be really hard, but you got to do it. You got to say, hey, stop, be quiet.
She gets a pass. She gets a pass. That's the Mahomeses. The brother, no. What are we doing?
What's the difference?
That's Mrs. Mahomes.
I understand, but I'm not saying he does it publicly, but privately. Hey, listen,
we can't yell at her. We can yell at him.
You're creating a lot of problems for me that I don't need to have.
But dude, I mean, your brother is only famous because your brother's famous.
But she's only famous because he's famous.
But they're in the house. They're working together. They're the husband and wife. They're building a life. You are the leech. You are Paulie and Rocky. You're that guy.
I understand.
Yes.
No tricks. I ain't switching. I don't even have a gun.
Right. You're the ne'er-do-well brother I can't get rid of.
I understand.
Yes.
But she also is there on his skill. If Patrick Mahomes is an accountant, we don't know anything about her.
This is true.
Right?
Yes.
He's just he works at Ernst & Young, and she's got kids. Right. And that's it.
Ernst & Young.
Right? But because he's him,
yeah.
and she says stuff, well, I'll go, oh boy.
Well, you can't argue against was it the primary bedroom? Is that what you can't argue in the primary. That's the primary bedroom, off limits.
I'm not
Brother,
saying they put it on the street.
Guest house,
hey, guys.
Bum in the basement, TikTok man.
I'm not saying it would be easy. It might even be impossible. But the second you get famous, there needs to be a meeting. Hey, listen.
Right, this is what we're not going to do.
We're famous because, for whatever reason, the gods have chosen to give me this ability to make a ton of money, get a ton of fame, because I can shoot a basketball, run a football, hit home runs, whatever. I'm going to need all of you to stand down. Never, ever, ever talk on my behalf.
Right.
I will do it. Or I will hire people to do it for me.
Okay, so Travis, I'm your brother. I need $100,000.
Yeah.
You're going to say, for what? Well, I just can't tell you. Or I can just go make this TikTok video in your locker room and make $1 million. Right.
I'm going to need to know what the $100,000 is for. Let's talk about this. Let's find a way for you to make some money that isn't just taking it from me. I can try to set you up, but I need you to shut up,
dude. Oh, Patrick, he only needs 30 seconds. Come on, help your brother out. You know he's trying so hard. Come on. You got to be the big brother. Just 30 seconds of your time. What's it going to hurt?
And then you're going to use his lawyers to help you when you get into legal trouble like Jackson Mahomes has gotten into.
Exactly right. I'm looking for one of my cuts here, Emily, and I'm not seeing it. Where's the one that says that I'm right?
That one.
Okay.
Just say you're right.
Travis is, there it is. Hold on.
Yeah.
Travis is right.
Okay.
There you go.
Not on this one, I'm not. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey, this morning, well, actually, I'm going out again this afternoon after the burpees. And Highlands Chafing Relief has saved my body again. I'm trying to say this really politely. It saved my inner thighs. I'll just say it. Come on, guys. I'm with you. Highlands Chafing Relief. Keep that on deck. It's been a game changer for me. It goes on like a cream. Really, I applied this morning. Dries like a powder. Stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess. Just all day protection. And today's going to be a big one because after the show, we're going to do a run today on a track, so I'm really going to need the Highlands to step up for me. So if you've already got some chafing like I do, Highlands Chafing Relief soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. So whether you're running, riding, hiking, or just dealing with the heat, Highlands Chafing Relief has your back and your thighs, mine too, and your arms. You get the idea. You shouldn't have to stop doing what you love because of chafing. Trust me, grab Highlands Chafing Relief and feel the difference. Available today at Walmart and Target.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland, today at noon after Travis and DeMarco.
Yeah, we kind of have the entire world covered. It's like the United Nations.
And I'm a heart patient.
You almost died.
Yeah.
Ireland is a white guy.
Very rich.
Bergman is
very much a white guy.
White guy.
Well, Jewish.
Jewish guy.
Jewish.
Yeah, sure. DeAndre is black. Laura's Latino. I'm gay. I think we got everything covered.
Yeah,
all the bases.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Ready to drive home in a brand new ride? The 2025 Hyundai Santa Fe SC is yours with an amazing 2.99% APR for 36 months. That's right, lock in super low financing at just 2.99%. Plus, drive with America's best warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty, and Hyundai's Assurance Program. Visit us off the 91 freeway or online at CardinAlleyWayHyundai.com to find your perfect Santa Fe today. On approved credit, 0 security deposit, 36 payments of $29.08 per $1,000 financed. Offer expires 4/30/2025.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters' experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
But
I think there's a but. I think there's a but, but not a big but. It's a little narrow but.
The Travis and DeMarco Show rolls on
LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
A reminder Don't forget about your moms in your life, right? Your mother, maybe your wife, your girlfriend, or whoever is a mom. It is coming up, and you need to make a trip out to Northgate in Costa Mesa. Head to the Mercado Gonzalez and the Pronto Catering. You can tune into this show all week long for hints to win a Mother's Day platter, which includes, at some point, just to kind of let you all know what's up, we're going to ask you a question about, stuff we talk about on this show a lot, and you're going to want to get it right. And if you are that person, here's what you get. You're going to get a Mother's Day platter, which includes pollo asado, a full tray of that, a full tray of cheese enchiladas, which they brought in here the other day to Marco, which were amazing, a half tray of Mexican rice, a half tray of refried beans, pistachio cake as well. And you need to pick it up on Mother's Day. That is 2 Sundays from this upcoming one, Sunday, May 11th. And after that, you got all sorts of stuff going on, right? You got a family gathering, a corporate lunch, a birthday party, any special occasion. And Pronto Catering has breakfast, lunch, and dinner offerings, and you can pick them up early in the morning starting at 7 a.m. all the way to 9 o'clock at night, and open 7 days a week. So head on over to Mercado Gonzalez, the website there, and click on the Pronto Catering tab to place your order, and they will see you at pickup. And when you go through the store, when you go to pick it up, just swing by the carnitas and just say, hey, Trav's favorite thing is the carnitas. And, and, oh, by the way, right when you come through the door, just to the right, you come through the door is the place where they make all the tortillas, and they just got bags of fresh tortillas. Grab one of those, too.
Love those.
Then go down to your left on the refrigerating case, so where they have all the fresh salsas made as well. The smoked molcajete salsa verde is incredible. Half of it will be gone by the time you get back to the car.
I just love plain tortillas with butter. Anybody?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just with butter. Just roll them up and eat them.
Corn or flour.
There you go. And I have never, ever had pistachio cake.
Pistachios are one of those things that I don't have very often. Every time they show up in something, I'm like, why don't I eat more of these?
I love pistachios.
They're so good.
I love pistachio ice cream.
Isn't that why Greg got blocked by John for a while? Because he was like, there's something worse in the world than bad pistachio or something like that?
The only downside to a pistachio is that you have to work to get through the shell.
Yeah, it takes a minute.
Yeah, and sometimes you get that one where the opening is really small. You got to get your nail in there. Or there's no opening. Yep. And
I think Greg tweeted about it, and then John was like, "That's my last straw. I'm not following Greg anymore."
I'm impressed though by your knowledge of what this store looks like and where to go. Like this is impressive.
Put it to you this way: what are you looking for? And I could walk you right to it.
Wow.
I want to get fruit. Where do I get the fruit?
Okay, so you come
with the cups, like prepared fruit.
Yeah. So you come through the front door. You're going to work your way past the carnitas, which are on your right. You're going to work your not quite to the deli counter, which is back there with all the prepared meats. It's to your left, past the actual where they're cutting it. It's behind it in the refrigerator.
Now you mentioned you can have a drink at this place. Where can I find the bar?
The bar is all the way to the right on the right side. And if you want to have your drink at the bar, you can. Or you could go sit on the patio, which is right behind it. And there's usually a game or two on the TVs out there.
Where are the bathrooms?
Right by the bar, as a matter of fact. So if you're sitting at the bar, they're immediately to your left, right next to the bakery.
He's got everything. Anybody else?
What about agua frescas?
Right by the fruit.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
The man has got
the ice
cream's
cream's right
unlocked.
behind that.
I like
You get
it.
my ice cream's right behind
Yeah,
that.
the ice cream's right there. And then if you go all the way to the far left side of the store is where the beer cooler is.
Oh, yeah, the walk-in.
Cooler. And if it's a hot summer day, you just might want to stroll through that beer cooler for 10 minutes and
Look
just.
at you.
So good.
Well done.
They also have Lalo tequila there.
Oh, yeah. Can I give a quick shout out? Dodger game. You know, that date night we had?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Just because it gets so weird. Ryan, one of the listeners, came up to us.
Oh, yeah.
This is before
in
I had
the stadium club before you got your food hijacked.
Before I had my food hijacked, exactly. Yeah. So, Ryan, quick shout out, man. Thanks
what up, Ryan? Thanks for saying hello.
Like it.
Yeah, it was a good deal.
I can't wait. Yes.
Max Muncy's terrible, DeMarco.
What's happening? Torpedo bat?
No.
Need it?
By the way, did you see they had a thing on, I think it was Yahoo this morning about it was Jeff Passan actually talking about it. Yeah, the torpedo bat is...
It's already gone?
It's not gone, but it didn't change baseball.
Gosh.
Yeah,
I'm glad I didn't buy stock in torpedo bats.
I tried to warn you.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
I tried to warn you.
I thought, come on, there were guys hitting home runs.
Yeah.
I don't know. What is happening with old Max?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Today's the last day of April, right? They play a getaway day today against the Marlins.
Is he batting 180?
He is bad. It's 180 is not good, obviously. Look at the HR number. There you go.
0 dingers.
0 dingers.
4 RBI.
He's playing virtually every day. He has no home runs. He only has a small handful of RBI. His slug is virtually non-existent. And this is a guy that hit a bunch of doubles, that hit a bunch of home runs, that his value was he does strike out a lot, but I walk a lot, I hit a lot of extra base hits, and when I get hot, I can carry a team or at least extend a lineup for a period of time.
Right.
DeMarco, I know that I was saying in a perfect world where Ohtani and Betts and Freeman kind of spread out the production, if Max Muncy were able to just clean up behind everybody, he could be a potential MVP-like player. I've never been more wrong. He's having the worst year of his life so far.
16 hits and 76 at-bats. Is that what I'm seeing?
Brutal.
That's not good
and
at all.
And he's playing bad defense.
Right.
And it's like this is getting to that point of, hey, what the heck is going on? Because he's a veteran, because he's had so much success in Major League Baseball, they're going to give him tons of time. But at some point, it's like we're not getting any production out of that spot. You got to start at least considering taking a look at somebody.
Arenado, is that why that
Nolan
name?
Arenado.
Is that why that name keeps coming up? Looking like what is
the Dodgers and Arenado, the potential marriage between those two has been speculated for years.
It just keeps coming up again. I mean, but what's your recourse to getting Max Muncy going, or what can you do if he doesn't?
That, I think, to get him going, if anybody knew, they would have done it already. Sometimes you
move
just
him
got
around in the lineup.
They have. He batted 8th the other night.
Wow.
Yeah, they've tried moving him around in the lineup. They just, if there was an easy way to get a guy hot, no one would ever be cold.
You figured out. Okay, so if you can't do that, then what's your recourse?
It's a great question. They don't have a ton of options in-house right now, right? Like you can put Chris Taylor there on a regular basis? No. Miguel Rojas? No. Kike? Maybe, but probably no.
I mean, Kike is a great pitcher. Come on.
Yeah, we'll talk about Kike's visor hat in a minute. But yeah, I don't know the last time that I saw a guy this bad for this long who's a pretty darn good player. And it's not, and at least as far as anything that's been reported, there's nothing physical going on. He's just not doing
It's
jack
just not
squat.
performing at all, and there's no answer for it. It's just baseball.
Yeah,
so
kind of.
You guys always told me not to panic. Everything will straighten itself out. You still feel the same way about Max? Like, is that long enough to say that he's struggling?
I feel less certain about that. Than the team is still, their offense is finally starting to look like their offense. They have the second most wins in baseball. They're in first place in their division. They're fine, even though they're not playing well. The Muncy thing is a little bit more of a,
Not enough to, well, I mean, that's the least of your worries, I was thinking, because of your starting pitching. I mean, I think Max is going to come around.
I hope so.
Me too. And you kind of know he is.
I hope so. I mean, I hope so.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. Like, we'll see.
I would bet on that if I were a betting man.
I would too, but I wouldn't bet a lot.
But overtaxing your bullpen is a great way to lose.
Most innings out of the bullpen in all of baseball.
Yeah, that's more concerning.
It is. And Dave Roberts has said it's concerning. Mark Pryor has said it's concerning. And it is. Especially when you had a team that seemed to have built-in redundancies in the rotation, we're already into multiple bullpen games in a week.
I remember that day right before we started the regular season. What could go wrong that would derail this team? I think we said elements of everything we're talking about, but not all at the same time.
Yeah.
Max Muncy with a complete power outage, and your starting pitching goes down, and your overtaxed bullpen. Here you are, right?
And they're in first place. They got 20 wins, second best in baseball. See, and this is why the redundancies, like the starting pitch. We can talk about the starting pitching after factor cap. But I have a theory on why that's not a big deal.
Starting pitching?
Yes.
I got to hear this.
I have a theory on the way that it's going for them right now is not a 5-alarm fire. It's one of those, we'll get into it after Factor Cap, which is coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
With 4 goals in his last 3 matches, Danipo Wanga is heating up.
Dini pushes it into the 18 on his left foot, cuts it back to his right. Dini still on the ball, looking for the shot. Goal! Dini has scored to tie it!
Up next, the Black and Gold continue their march up the Western Conference table with the battle versus the Dynamo.
Oh, what a goal! It's a good one for Danipo Wanga!
LAFC hosts the Houston Dynamo. Coverage starts Saturday night at 7 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Lease a Hyundai Tucson for only $269 a month or get $1,750 bonus cash. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end April 30th. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
Mother's Day is almost here, and I've been thinking a lot about all the times my mom went out of her way just to make me happy. Honestly, I've lost count. All of the pickups from practice, help with the homework, the home-cooked meals. My mom is the best. That's why this year I'm returning the favor with the bouquet from the Books Company. And I got you 25% off of your order so you can send some happiness to your moms, too. Books aren't just any flowers. Their flowers are cut fresh from the best farms, so they're bigger, brighter, and last way longer. Some are even grown on the side of a volcano. Wow mom with a bright, happy bouquet, or go for the Books Flower subscription so she can get fresh blooms and major joy on repeat. It's also really easy. I pick my bouquet, delivery date, and done. And with 25% off, why stop with mom? Grab some for your wife, your auntie, and even grandma too. Mother's Day is May 11th, so hurry and order your Books now. Go to Books.com, use promo code Canty to get 25% off. That's BOUQS.com, promo code Canty. Books, promo code Canty.
Big on protein, rich on flavor. The new $10 Islands Restaurants protein bowls are here for a limited time. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients for the flavors you love. Just in a bowl. Find your protein paradise at islandsrestaurants.com.
Pool season starts when I say so. So if wearing floaties to brunch is wrong, then I don't want to be right. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
It's Oasis pool season for everyone. Grab a cabana and hit the lazy river at the best pool in SoCal.
Number 2.
Whether you're sinking threes or grand slamming it, just come for the pitchers of beer at Sideline Sports Bar.
And the number 1 reason.
Foghat, live May 22nd. Get tickets now.
Morongo, good times.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
Oh, these polymers aren't as flexible as batch K3.
Researcher Laurie is stretched thin.
Did you get the vulcanization analytics from V66? Oh, wait, are these rubber scores from last week?
She needs to hire new lab technicians so she can bounce back into her old self.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our matching platform lets you spend less time searching and more time connecting with candidates. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the fourth quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Here we go. It is Factor Cap time. Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down, and fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap right now.
Take it away, producer Emily.
Welcome to Factor Cap.
Thanks, Joe. Hi, guys.
Aloha.
Buenos dias.
Annyeong.
First, I want to give a shout out to my mom. It is her last day of work. She's retiring after today. And at Dumfries Animal Hospital. Her doctor name is Dr. Johnston, so she's been Dr. J for a long time.
Dr. J, let's go.
And she's the biggest hang up for her has been, she doesn't like to leave these clients that she's had for years, and her coworkers that she's had for years. And I told her it's like, what a gift to have something and someone that is so hard to leave.
That's true.
And I'm happy for her. I'm happy for this next stage for her.
That is a big, big deal.
Yes, it is.
That is a really big deal.
Goals.
Congratulations to your mom.
Yeah.
To get to that point in your life takes a lot of hard work.
Mm-hmm.
to raise a family, to do all the things that she's done, and have a career like that, and then to be able to go enjoy whatever it is she wants to go enjoy.
Heck yeah.
That's tremendous.
Fishing.
Good for her.
Super excited for her next year.
Fishing.
If she wants to
I
go
don't think
fishing,
she's
she
gonna
should
be
go fishing.
Fishing.
Is that where you headed to the lake, DeMarco?
I'm going to go wet a hook and stay there.
Are you an angler?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
I just want to go fishing. Yeah.
I think my mom will find she loves books, so I think she's going to have more time to read. I think that's great.
I have been fishing.
Yes.
I have friends that love to go fishing.
Really? Well, that's the point.
But I can do that on my couch. I can do that in my backyard. Why do I got to go sit in a boat?
I think yours is golf. I think it's a similar thing, but more active for you.
And golf.
Golf, yes. Yeah. And I want to hang out at the club.
Yeah.
The golf club?
I want to have a sandwich. Have a beer. Go play a few holes.
Oh, there we go.
Not that club.
So for the second year in a row, since its inception, the NBA Cup champion has been eliminated in the first round of the playoffs in 5 games. So 2 years this has existed. 2 years the winner has faced the same fate. So winning the NBA Cup is now a harbinger of bad luck. Travis Factor Cap.
Cap, but we're headed there. Two does not make it it's brand new. But if next year whoever wins that thing is out in the first round, I don't think one has anything to do with the other. But it's like the par 3 thing. We're talking about the Masters.
Oh,
like, you know what? Nah, I'm good.
Yeah,
I don't need to win this. I'm good. Does it mean anything? No, but just to be sure, I'm out.
DeMarco?
I'm going to go fact. It's not something I would want now based on 2 years, right? I mean, you win it, you don't win. This is it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want it. I mean, it's not like the President's Trophy.
Yeah.
Where I don't want to touch it. It's not that much of a superstition yet, but it's getting there.
Yeah.
But I'll go fact. I wouldn't want it.
Jorge?
Nah, Cap. It's a tournament that has really nothing for it. Just the courts look cool. I mean, they're trying too hard to make this a thing, but it's just not there yet.
I think we thought we were onto something last year because the Lakers were in it and played great in it and won it, and we got to experience it as
hung a banner,
Laker fans and all that. That the Lakers were not in it this year. It's like you could have given me 20 guesses who won that thing. I have no earthly idea.
If it went away, I wouldn't care.
Right?
If you don't know, it was the Milwaukee Bucks.
If it went away, I wouldn't care.
Yeah,
and it might.
It just didn't.
But
land.
the NBA at least tries stuff, and that is something to be said as opposed to other leagues. So, do you guys know who the comedian Nate Bargatze is?
Oh yeah,
I think
Marco?
I do.
He's hosted SNL a couple times. He's a huge comedian. So he was on The Interview, which is a New York Times' long form interview podcast, and he was talking about, and the interview asked him about his idea to have. I don't know if he said like Nate Land, but it's like he wanted to create an amusement park that is
like Dollywood,
kind of. That's completely around either things. Basically, he wants to have a place we could bring your family to and have kind of this third space, but it's kind of related to his jokes in some ways.
Okay.
Anyway, he's a huge fan of amusement parks, and so my statement is there should be more amusement parks. DeMarco, Factor Cap.
Ooh, more amusement parks.
Because right now it's basically just Disney,
Disneyland,
Six Flags,
Universal.
Universal. I'm going to go Cap. I think we got enough. There's plenty. I mean, you really can't see every park, the entire park, unless you go multiple times. I think we got enough. That's Cap.
Travis?
I think it's Cap. And for a somewhat similar reason. We're spoiled in LA because we just listed 6 off the top of our head. And they are as good as you can do those type of things. Like Disneyland has it wired to the point where you'd have to be a real grump to go to Disneyland and not have a good day.
But if you lived in Idaho.
Right. But my point is, the one in Idaho would be the one in Idaho. And like, if you've ever been to one of those carnivals in a parking lot at a mall, you're like, no, bro, this is sketchy as hell. You're going to get sick from the food. The ride is going to go flying off into the distance. Like, you've seen those janky amusement parks in the middle of nowhere. Hard pass, man. There's a reason everybody travels to Disney World and Disneyland.
Right.
It's because they know what's up, and it's hard to do well, so Cap.
Amusement parks should not move.
No.
Amusement parks should not be picked up and
that's
moved.
not an amusement park. Then. That's a circus.
So you grew up in the Bay Area.
Yes.
I'm sure you have. Great America.
Of course.
Right?
Yes.
You're like, it's okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's okay, but it's like it
was ours. It was ours though.
Yeah, but it's like I don't even.
Yeah, consolation prize for not going to Disney was going there.
I will say that the amusement park near my hometown called King's Dominion, which is about 20 minutes away from me, kind of near Richmond, incredible amusement park. But it used to be it was like a Paramount park for a long time.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jorge, there should be more amusement parks.
No, I think I'm good. Look, we have Legoland as well. I've never been there, but it's not one of those things.
Before you go, call me.
Right, but
Food's
it's one of those
good.
things where I'm like,
Food's good.
I have no recollection of the food.
Food's good.
I've been
Yeah.
a few times.
Lines are shorter. Food's good.
Okay.
Yes.
So, and I've been to the Six Flags in Mexico. That's called Six Flags Mexico. That's that's their slogan for it. I kid you not. But it used to be like a SeaWorld. They used to have Keiko and stuff over there. So it's just, I think we have enough, and we don't need any more. Like, I don't even go to the carnival rides.
Yeah.
Or get on those.
Nope.
Now we can go to space.
For 11 minutes.
Well, speaking of rides, Superman's closed. They closed Superman.
And Magic Mountain?
How dare you?
Oh, that was kind of a fun ride.
That was cool. That and Goliath.
Yeah, Goliath.
Okay, so I am going to quote a Instagram caption from the New York Times in regards to one of the stories they wrote. So it's about sleep divorce, and it's the decision to sleep separately, sometimes called sleep divorce, is both taboo and fairly common. Though it can be interpreted as a sign that a couple is at odds, many sleep divorcees and sex therapists say it can actually help ignite the spark. My statement is, someone in a sleep divorce, in this idea that you're sleeping in separate beds or separate rooms, is not a harbinger of a bad relationship. So if they are sleeping in separate rooms, you don't immediately assume that things are going poorly. Jorge, fact or cap?
I'm going to go.
Cap is you think it's going horribly.
Oh, no, fact. So it's not, the flame is strong and going in the realness. So if I sleep on the couch and she's upstairs, like eventually at some point, we're going to link up.
Yeah. Right.
There's space in both rooms. So, fact.
Okay, Travis?
I think it's cap because the way you asked the question, I think, is important. That if you told me, not any of it, but if somebody told me, yeah, my wife and I don't sleep in the same room, I'd be like, oh. Right? That
They'd have to qualify
my
it.
first reaction would be, well, that's kind of weird.
Like, what's wrong?
Right.
Yeah.
But if it was, I snore and she can't get any sleep, or I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and she works the night shift and we're just trying to, okay. But if it's just, yeah, we shared a bed for 15 years and now we don't, and she sleeps in the empty den, they'd be like, yeah, that's not a great sign.
DeMarco?
I was trying to remember where I just heard this, and I remember where I heard it from, and I can't say it out loud. But I do remember people that sleep apart. It could be because of snoring.
Yeah.
And it could
or
be...
people get too hot.
Whatever, different temperatures and whatnot. But when they tell me that we sleep in the same bed all the time, I'm like, you must be new to marriage. You must be within your first 3 years, because all the bad habits start coming out later on, and you get kicked out. Like snoring, or it's coming out the wrong end. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, you're blowing up the covers, Dutch ovens.
I
Get out.
I understand
that type of stuff. Or you fell asleep on the couch, and I'm just not going to wake you up.
That does happen.
Yeah.
And it's Susan falls asleep on the chair and then pretends that she's not. And when I say, hey, why don't you go up and go to bed? Why? Because you're asleep in the chair. No, I'm not. Did I imagine this? Like,
yeah.
You were sound asleep in that chair for a half an hour. No, I wasn't.
I get the same thing.
Right.
And she'll say, well, what happened? I'm like, but I thought you weren't asleep. Well, just rerun it. How far back? I don't know, a half an hour.
Start
like,
the thing
what are we
over.
doing here?
Right.
I get this an hour later, like, hey, fool, you left me downstairs. I'm like, yeah, but I threw a blanket on you. Like,
Yeah, I cared. Right. I turned off the light. But I think that's the precursor when you guys start watching separate shows. When you're watching like shows that,
you're not wrong.
Yeah, that's how it starts right there.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Look, I like to go to bed early, and she does not.
There it is.
What
right.
if your partner had like narcolepsy or something where what's the one that you can't sleep?
Insomnia.
Insomnia.
They had insomnia. They have to watch watch TV to fall asleep, and you're like, I can't do that.
Get out.
Yeah. But again,
get out.
It's
yes.
not that you don't love the person. It's just that sleep is so important to your life.
Ask Shohei. Did you see that he had his first home run since having his kid, and he said that he's been a little sleep deprived, and you know what his regular sleep schedule is?
You told me, and I don't believe it. Go ahead.
10 hours a night, plus what is described as a lengthy nap during the day. So a lengthy nap in your world would be what? A couple hours?
Couple hours.
Okay, me too.
Yeah.
14 hours of sleep a day?
He spends more than half his day asleep.
12 hours of sleep a day?
That's the key. See, that's not fair. He makes $1 billion.
Yeah, he could get a sleep chamber.
He's got people to help him do everything.
And again, thank you, Mom, and congratulations, Dr. J.
I bet he doesn't
Dr. J.
drive. Yes.
Great job.
What does Shohei do by himself besides hit a baseball?
Well,
but we also might not know. He's very
Wait
private.
a minute. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
No, I'm trying. This is like, I don't want to kick open this can of worms again, but this is what was so weird about the whole Ippei situation. Nobody knows anything about this guy.
About Shohei?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so when the Ippei thing went public, everybody's like, well, he didn't do it. And I was always like, well, maybe not. I don't know. Nobody knows anything about it. Go ask his teammates. So what does he do? I don't know.
He's only awake 10 hours.
He just shows up and hits home runs.
Yes.
He probably eats. He probably works out.
Right.
He probably...
How long is the average baseball game?
2 hours, 45 minutes.
Okay, so 3 hours. So that's 7.
Okay.
What do you do with the other 7 hours?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. He probably nothing by himself.
Now he's changing diapers and...
or watching. He's supervising.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah,
Right.
Do that again.
Do that again. That's not
Do
right.
that differently. Factor Cap's brought to you by Joseph S. Normand. You got many choices in your legal team, but family always comes first with Joe. Call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000. You can visit normandlegal.com. So I want to go back to what we were talking about with the Dodgers and their bullpen pitching more innings than any team in baseball at this point, and why I'm not super concerned about it with their starting pitching. That's coming up in just a little bit. Also, we are back with a Cosm playoff ticket giveaway. Experience the thrill of the NBA playoffs like never before at Cosm. Call 877-710-ESPN right now. Call number 7 and 10. We'll win a pair of tickets to watch tonight's Laker-Timberwolves game at Cosm Los Angeles. Limited tickets available through Cosm.com or the Cosm mobile app. Listen all day for your chance to win, and you will be at Cosm tonight to watch the Lakers only on 710 ESPN. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland. Next at noon after Travis and DeMarco.
Yeah, we kind of have the entire world covered. It's like the United Nations.
And
right?
I'm a heart patient.
You almost died.
Yeah.
Ireland is a white guy.
Very rich.
Bergman is
very much a white guy.
White guy.
Well, Jewish.
Jewish
guy.
Jewish.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, sure.
DeAndre is black. Lars Latino. I'm gay. I think we got everything covered.
Yeah, we
all
have
the bases.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
A great lawn is like a great sports team. It takes expertise and a little extra care to really stand out. That's where True Green comes in. They're the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour, so they know a thing or two about keeping grass looking like a fairway. It's more affordable than you think, and they'll even match any competitor's price. Plus, True Green backs it all up with a satisfaction guarantee. Head to TrueGreen.com today. Let the pros do the work while you sit back and enjoy the results.
And
yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN.
I want to put my feet in the sand. I want to drink. I want to eat. I want to walk. I want to have the sun on my face. That's it.
Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Pink pony girl, and you dance at the club.
Hey, Trav, Titus Young isn't dead.
No.
No, it was his cousin, I think. There was a death involved. Lawrence Phillips killed his cousin in prison.
Oh, my.
That's what it was.
Yikes.
That's what it was. Yeah.
What is this?
This is
he
the
mentioned Titus Young jumping off sides to get more throws.
He would
earlier.
line up purposely
That's what it was.
wrong to get the penalty in Detroit because he was mad when the play wasn't called for him. Never mind that Megatron was standing right next to him. Calvin Johnson.
Yeah.
It may be because he might be better than you.
It's so different how different guys go about it. You know, one of the great compliments I think that was paid to Pete Rose when he was a player was he never ever once got in the batter's box and didn't grind it out, try to get a hit, give his very best effort every time he got in the batter's box. I'm not going to put this guy's name on it, but I've spent time with this major leaguer in particular who's like, dude, the game's 10-1. It's the 8th inning. I'm just trying to get out of here. The game's over. Like, let's wrap it up and let's get going. I'm up there trying to daddy hacks. And if I hit a dinger, great. If not, let's get out of here.
Right.
And they're both, the guy I'm talking about, really, really good player. You would probably know him.
I know him? Okay.
I'm almost certain you do now that I think about it. But just like, yeah, man, game's over.
Yeah, well,
it's just very different ways to go about the same
If you love to play,
thing.
you're going to do it the right way, and you're going to grind, you're going to grind, you're going to grind. But every now and then, when the game is lost, it's good to move on to the next. But I'm with Pete Rose on this one. I'm with Pete Rose. Grind everything out.
I get it, and I think that's the much more difficult thing to do. But I think the other one's the much more common result.
True.
Yeah.
Human nature.
Yeah.
Right.
The grind it out at all costs is tough, which brings us to this next point. Dodgers have thrown more innings out of their bullpen than any team in Major League Baseball. And Mark Pryor, Dodger pitching coach, said, quote, "It's not a good quality of life for anybody," meaning that, they're burning these guys. They're going through it pretty quick. Blake Trinan is already down. They just got Evan Phillips back, still waiting on Kopech to come back, waiting on Gratterall to come back. And we've seen a lot of Kirby Yates and Tanner Scott and these guys. They've pitched a lot so far this year. Alex Vezia, all of these guys. Last night, Matt Sauer gave them 5 innings that they desperately needed because the starting pitching has been not what anybody expected.
No.
Here's why I'm not.
Definitely not. No.
No. I'm not 1,000% sure that this isn't entirely intentional.
Bullpen games this early?
Not bullpen, to just make sure that our best guys are available at the end of the season. I
believe the not panicking this early.
I think it's one of those, we're going to give a lot of these guys a lot of time off. We're going to sprinkle it in and out. And if we're going to have to burn the rubber off of some of these tires, it's not going to be on these guys. These guys will be at the best at the end. That Blake Snell.
So kid glove starter, burnout bullpen.
Kind of.
Or at least tax bullpen.
Kind of. That will
really, Travis?
Lean on the bullpen while we can. And then once we get into September and October, we want to make sure that Snell, Ohtani, Glasnow, Yamamoto, Sasaki, that those guys are as healthy as could possibly be when we get to that point. I would bet the farm that Yamamoto will miss some time relatively soon. I'm not saying in the next week or two, but in the next month or two, hey, he's got a little thing, we're going to shut him down for a few weeks that turns into why not? They're winning all these games without these guys.
Is that baseball now?
I think, again.
Is that smart baseball? I guess it is.
They did it last year with their bullpen, winning all those games in the postseason. They're winning games now with their bullpen. They're
I
going
kind of
to
thought
be
that
in
was
the
winning
playoffs.
in spite of, like, guts and pulling it out of the fire.
You're right.
It can't be a plan, can it?
I think it is. I really think it is. I think it's one of these, we're going to go about this a little differently. We're going to get 10 starting pitchers.
If it is, it's brilliant.
We're going to go through this, and I don't need 10 at the end of the line. I need 3 or 4 at the end of the line.
So have them all healthy towards the end, and then pick your best 5.
Pick your best guys,
and
whoever aren't the next 3
becomes your high level bullpen. Come on, Travis, this ain't fair. No.
Did you see look at what's happening? They got the second most wins in baseball with Matt Sauer and Dreyer and Luis Garcia and all these guys.
By the way, Sauer's
pitching.
just optioned because Gonsolin's coming up.
Yeah, that's just
if
a
this
shuttle
is
back
true,
and forth.
then they're right. I was just kidding before. If this is true, that's the plan, and it works, you have ruined baseball. You shouldn't be able to do this.
Or they figured out a better way to skin a cat.
Well, that's what I mean. But, you're going to need the resources to do this.
No, for sure. Not everybody could do it. But they also, think about the guys a lot of these guys that they're bringing up, these are guys that they drafted. Other teams, the Dodgers aren't picking first in the draft every year.
True.
They're picking at the back half of the draft, if not at the very back of the draft.
But you can't afford a Snell, a Yamamoto, a Glasnow.
That is the advantage that they have. But those guys aren't pitching right now.
Right.
And somebody's pitching, and Matt Sauer is available to whoever went. Dryer's available, and Noah Davis, these guys that they're just kind of hamming and egging it together with, those are available to everybody.
That's a pretty good if that works, that's a pretty darn good strategy to have.
Now, if Blake Snell hasn't picked up a baseball and we're at the All-Star break, forget what I said.
Yeah.
Then there's something wrong. If Tyler Glasnow put him in a separate category altogether, I don't know what that guy's
You're so
deal
frustrated
is.
with him?
Dude, pitch.
Yeah. You ever pitched out of the bullpen?
Of course.
Okay. Do you look at your starters funny when they, come out early?
If it happens over and over and over again, yes.
Okay.
If it happens once in a while, no.
But over and over.
Put it to you this way. If I know that player X, Tyler Glasnow, is starting today, and I think that, hey, I better be ready to go in the second inning because this happens a lot,
And then it does. Yeah. I just wonder how they're
it's raining today. The mound's wet. Better start getting loose.
Would you be looking at him with the side eye if you're playing for the Dodgers?
Who am I?
One of the bullpen guys, one of the relief guys.
No.
You
Ask
wouldn't.
me if I'm Clayton Kershaw.
One of the okay, there you go. Okay. One of the starting pitchers. Okay, you would look at him funny. You can't go out there and get this thing going. At least give us some innings, period. You can't pitch with some discomfort. My arm's falling off over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you wearing the same uniform as Fernando and you can't pitch? Give us something.
I think it depends. If you're
trying
Anthony
to
Bonda,
you
don't get to look at anybody sideways because you're just trying to make it in the big leagues, right? You're just trying to stick, and we're being different ass. But if I've given you my body for 15 years,
yes, and you can't pitch because your thumb hurts.
Yeah, I bet you a Justin Verlander or Max Scherzer seriously, bro?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Sure.
Right. I guess that would be Kershaw, but I guess you need to be a Verlander type.
Yeah, and not everybody.
Front of the rotation
these
guy.
are the best guys, but when you watch him pitch, when he pitches,
he's great.
He's terrific.
Yep.
He just doesn't pitch very much.
He doesn't pitch a lot. Right. Is it Bonda or Banda?
Bonda, I believe.
Just curious.
Banda.
I keep getting corrected.
By who?
How do you spell it?
Banda.
Thank you.
B-A-N-D-A.
Right, that says Banda.
Hill.
Yeah.
I opened another pack of cards, no heels this time.
Okay.
I was on a heel heater.
Did you really?
Yeah, I got back-to-back heels.
Give me some of those Band-Aids.
Yeah.
You're a great Bond.
Green Day's my favorite Bond.
Right, there you go.
Bonda.
He
should stop giving up grand slams. That's something
that would
he should
help.
stop doing.
That would help.
All right, you said you wanted to go through the NFC West. Did really well in the draft.
So good.
Maybe that's not great news for the Rams long term. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Hey, it's Mace. Want a new game to get excited about? Check out Chumba Casino, your favorite online social casino. It's free to play, no strings attached. Enjoy social casino games like bingo, slingo, and slots and more with new releases every week, whether you're at home or on the go. Play for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Get started today at ChumbaCasino.com.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Delaware, Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Lakers fans, don't miss any of the action during the playoffs. Take the purple and gold with you wherever you go by downloading the Lakers app presented by BBGO. With the Lakers app, get access to exclusive sweepstakes, wallpapers, live game updates, in-game highlights, and more. The Lakers app is available in the App Store for free. Stay locked in during playoffs and listen to every playoff game on the Lakers app. The Lakers app has you covered, Lake Show. Download the Lakers app now to your iPhone or Android. Let's go Lakers!
The biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland on 710.
I don't know which one of you two said something about Marty McSorley looking a little rough.
Who picked on Marty McSorley? It's
Morales.
It's
Morales. He's a troll, Luke.
Who was it?
It was Chris Morales. As a matter of fact, he's a professional troll. Oh, he called you?
He said he would like to come in and have a one-to-one talk and explain to him all the injuries and maybe show him all the injuries that have happened.
Marty should come in. He should bring his bent stick.
I kind of agree.
He should whack him in the head.
By the way, he would never be more popular, Luke, if he came in here and roughed up Morales.
That's one guy you don't want to mess with. Marty McSorley's the wrong guy.
Yeah, I was going to say, guy. If you were going to pick on anyone in the history of the Kings franchise, Marty might be literally the last guy.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Next at noon.
Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN.
Hey, LA, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. Tossing your food scraps in the regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, it's easy, it helps protect our planet. Ready to do your part? Visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message funded by Cal Recycle.
With 4 goals in his last 3 matches, Danipo Wanga is heating up.
Dani pushes it into the 18 on his left foot, cuts it back to his right. Dani still on the ball, looking for the shot. Goal! Dani has scored to tie it!
Up next, the Black and Gold continue their march up the Western Conference table with a battle versus the Dynamo.
Oh, my goal! It's a golazo for Dani Wanga!
LAFC hosts the Houston Dynamo. Coverage starts Saturday night at 7 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A
good karma brands radio station.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN. Your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Gal, get your nails done. Get a pedicure. Get your hair did. Boy, lift it up. Let's make a toast.
Will Smith should use this one. This should be his walk-up song. That's what I would have picked for him.
The Dodger Will Smith?
The Dodger Will Smith.
Why this one?
Because there's nothing he can do. Just walk up and just get in there. I have no idea why you're playing the song.
You know who actually picked this?
Who?
And their
a Dodger picked this? Who?
So at the show, I talked about how it was Women's Night yesterday, and their partners or their girlfriends' wives picked up the songs for their walk-up songs. This walk-up song was Max Muncy's.
Max Muncy. I was
didn't
close.
Work.
I was close.
Didn't work.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Yes. Oh man. Wow.
I think Muncy was Shabuzi until
really?
recently. Yeah,
okay.
I think
that's probably his main one. This one, it was a kind of one-offs with the girlfriends and wives.
It should be like some sort of mantra, just like, I will get a hit. 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 Like he needs some positive affirmations when he's heading up there. It's not going for him. Mother's Day.
I would pick Back That Thing Up for you, though.
For me?
Yeah, that'd be funny. Just to see your face, like what are they doing?
Yeah, I would have looked like I would looked up to the press box, like, you guys okay up there? Like,
no, it's the meme of the guy with the beer in his hand, and he's like, me.
Is this my song?
Yeah. Mother's Day is coming up, and you need to get out to Northgate in Costa Mesa and go to Pronto Catering at the Mercado, the Gonzales Mercado. It's such a great spot, the Northgate Mercado in Costa Mesa. You can tune in to our show all week long for hints. We're giving you hints. We've been giving them today. We gave them yesterday. We've been giving them the day before that. So you're going to want to win a Mother's Day platter, which will include a full tray of pollo asada, a full tray of cheese enchiladas, rice and beans, a half tray of each, pistachio cake. You need to be able to pick it up on Mother's Day, the 11th, and you will not be disappointed. I absolutely love that place. The food is unbelievable. And if you're thinking, well, Mother's Day is not going to work, that's okay. We got family gatherings, corporate lunches, birthday parties, any special occasion. Pronto Catering has, they got you covered for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner. They've got pickups starting early in the morning at 7, lasting until into the evening at 9 o'clock, 7 days a week. So go to the Mercado Gonzalez website and click Pronto Catering. Click that tab to place your order, and they will be waiting for you at pickup.
I wonder, will there ever be another season to where Christian McCaffrey doesn't lead the 49ers in rushing?
You mean that someone else, that he's on the team, but someone else has more?
And someone else
I
has
think
more
that's
yards.
certainly possible.
You think so?
Not because of
get injured again.
Yeah, exactly.
If he
McCaffrey
does again,
just
that's-
doesn't. If McCaffrey plays 7 games and the other guy plays 10, right?
That would be, right? He gets
Yeah.
hurt again, but that would be it. If he gets hurt again, that's a career.
So what was crazy is that he actually, last year was the first year as a Niner that he missed a bunch of time. Like, he missed a bunch of time in Carolina, but as a 49er, he'd been relatively durable.
True. He's been very durable, but he was injury prone in Carolina,
Sure.
and he's coming off, was it 2 Achilles?
Something like that.
I mean, he's. I'm dying to see what he's gonna be. 50 carries last season. That's what he took for the 49ers.
That's
so
nothing.
Another season of that, and you might be done. But so the 49ers are going into their draft stuff.
Yeah.
Look, they lost a lot of talent. I don't think there was a team in the league that lost as much talent as they did.
A ton.
From one season to the next. So they were truly in a spot to where
on both sides of the ball.
On both sides, where they could just pick the best player available. I like Michael Williams. I like what they did in the draft. They addressed their D-line, their first 3 picks, D-line, linebacker. They addressed their O-line towards the latter part of the draft. And on the offensive side of the football, I like what they've done. I don't think they've done enough to get back into the upper echelon yet.
Yeah.
It just depends on what Brock Purdy gives them. Can he be elite?
And what Brock Purdy gives them without a couple of his weapons being available to him. If McCaffrey is unavailable, Debo's gone.
Yeah.
Okay, George Kittle's still a really good player. Ayuk's still there at the moment, right? We'll see how that shakes out. But all of a sudden, if you're Brock Purdy and I've got George Kittle over here, I got Debo over here, I got McCaffrey behind me, I've got Juszczyk, I got all these guys that I can use, and now I'm going to look pretty good.
Right.
I don't have to do a whole heck of a lot.
You're hiding behind them.
Not so much anymore.
Now you're front and center. So, and you had to pay the guys. So we'll see what happens with them. I mean, if you had to pick or grade not grade the West, but stack the West right now, where would you put San Fran?
I would put them in a tie for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. I think the Rams are clearly the best
Rams
team.
here, everyone else behind.
I think Seattle, Arizona, and San Francisco, you could almost throw them in a hat and pick them out at random, and you might be right.
Best quarterback of that bunch? Purdy
it's not Darnold.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray, Darnold, and Purdy.
Which leads me to Arizona. They also had a pretty good draft. Now, offensively speaking, a lot of weapons. No matter what you think, I think Kyler Murray is a problem at quarterback. When he's going, he's tough to stop. Maybe one of the best. But the problem is it doesn't last for very long, and the other guy shows up. And he pouts. We've talked about that quite a bit.
Yep.
So offensively, I think they were okay there. At least talent-wise. Defensively, they were absolutely just boo-boo last year. I think only the Cardinals were worse, pass rushing-wise. Now, they picked up Calais Campbell this year. We talked about him. He's a Wookiee.
He's still knocking around as crazy.
Yeah. Did you know Wookiees, they live like 400 years?
Well, apparently.
And what do they sound like?
Pretty good Wookiee.
Yeah, and he might be one of those guys.
Dude, how many years has he been in the league? 15?
I think this is going on 16 now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And he's going to go to the Hall of Fame based on longevity alone.
Yeah.
And he's going to have the numbers based on longevity. And they also got Josh Sweat, 43 sacks in 7 seasons. So coming from Philadelphia, a championship pedigree. And I like their draft. Their top of the draft, Walter Nolan, I thought was absolutely special. He is. I think he's going to be something special coming out of that SEC Ole Miss. And Will Johnson's another dude from Michigan. Keep your eye on him coming up for next year. So I think they did really good. I don't know how long you stay with the Kyler Murray experiment.
Well,
if you're Arizona.
You said it. That you like that he's a problem. I don't want to put words in your mouth. You said he's a problem when he's going.
Yes.
I agree with that. He's not going very often.
No.
And sure, when he's at his very best and he's running around and making people chase him and making people miss, and great. that doesn't happen a lot.
No.
I know that there's been occasions where he's given the Rams fits, but far more often they've tied him in knots than he's tied them in knots. I do not mind playing against that guy at all.
There is a way to win with him. I don't think they know how to do it just yet.
What would it be?
You have to commit to him, kind of like what they do in Baltimore.
Okay.
And kind of tailor the offense to his skill set and make him run.
Not as good as Lamar, is he?
And make him run.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Make him run. And you have to look. Kyler doesn't want to be a rush attempt guy. He wants to scramble a little bit.
Okay.
To make him more effective, he's got to be a part of the run game, a major part of it. But he's going to shorten his career.
I was going to say, he's 5'7" or whatever he is. He's going to get squashed like a bug.
The problem is they paid him too soon. So this is what you got. A guy that's got money in the bank, and he's going to protect himself. So he's going to try to be a pocket passer, scrambler at 5'8".
Yeah.
It's just not going to work for long. And I was going to tell this to Clinton the other day. Remember Hollywood Brown? Hollywood Brown was in Baltimore with Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
This is when Lamar is at his MVP best, and he wanted out.
Yeah.
It's tough to play receivers with quarterbacks that have that skill set. I had a guy in Atlanta that told me it was hard playing with Michael Vick. He'd run an 18-yard comeback. He'd get to the top of his route. That's 18 yards and come back, and Michael Vick passes him up. So I'm thinking I'm getting the ball. There's the ball, except he's still attached to it.
He's carrying it.
Right, so it's a little bit weird there. So we'll see what happens with Arizona. Maybe at some point, if they don't get off to a good start, you could start seeing them plan for the future without Kyler Murray this year.
What about Seattle?
Seattle, I'm giving a big fat A to. Outside of Sam Darnold, I think this team is loaded. And
Really?
I really do. I really do. I think they drafted really well. Gray Zabel at the top. Perfect. He's an instant fit. He's going to start right either guard or center. You've gotten better. That was a black hole for them last year. You've improved that spot. And this kid, his name is Eman Wari. I came in here talking about him after I left Good Morning Football.
Yeah.
He's a 6'3" safety. And he's
big dude.
about 220 pounds. And he's a center field guy, which means he's the best athlete on the field, but he's Cam Chancellor reborn. Or the 2.0.
Yeah.
He's the guy that you can stick in the box and say, gain weight, you can be a linebacker. He'd be one of the best. If you keep him to where he is now, he's a bigger version of Jalen Ramsey.
Wow.
He can cover from numbers to numbers. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Number to number, your outside guy, line up in the slot, take him away, and then line up in the box and be a credible run defender. That is a good pick. And they got him with the second pick.
So all of these teams that you're talking about in the West have some advantages, and maybe they'll be better than we anticipate. But they all seem to, all three of them, right? And I don't think this is true of the Rams. Maybe there's something that will present itself as we get into the season. There's a flaw that you can look at on those other three teams and goes, that right there is not going to be good enough.
Right.
Sam Darnold's a flaw.
That's a problem.
Sam Darnold is a flaw. Like, I know he went, whatever it was, 14-3 last year and put up crazy numbers and all that stuff. The fact that Minnesota's like, we're good, bro, that's all I needed to see. That they said, nope, we're good. That Seattle structured his contract in a way where they can get out of it almost immediately if they want to.
Quickly.
That they're barely buying it too. So you got a bad quarterback, you're kind of dead in the water.
Right.
Similar with Arizona. I'm not saying Kyler's bad, but he's wildly inconsistent. And I, as somebody who's watched him play the Rams twice a year and in the playoffs once too when they played the Rams, that dude doesn't scare me.
No,
like there are some guys you're like, oh boy, I don't know.
I still think the Rams have the best quarterback by far.
By far. And then San Francisco they've just lost too many good players.
They still have some.
They have some, but they were the team that when you looked at them, they had more talent than the Rams. Like they had more high, like what's the Deerdorf thing? Like let's pick 22. They weren't getting 11 or fewer. They were getting 13 or 14 or more.
True.
Right? That's not true anymore.
No. Come back to earth a little bit.
Right. So the Rams have the best quarterback. They have the best coach. They have a defense that is ascending and is already pretty good and may have gotten a little better. They added a big-time playmaker in Devontae Adams, and we'll see what they do. Maybe Jalen Ramsey shows up. Maybe there's more things to be done.
I'm sure there will be.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
they seem to have the fewest question marks going into this. That doesn't mean jack
No doubt.
squat, but they don't have them right now.
I just got one problem with the Niners, and this is funny. And if Matthew Stafford comes back and plays his best football that we've ever seen, and so does Christian McCaffrey, I think his impact means more
than a quarterback.
I really do. The way he plays and the way they use him, if he comes back and he's at his best,
and
they're right back at the top.
They're both at their best.
And they're both.
Give me the quarterback.
They're right back at the top. I know.
Give me the quarterback.
Any other time, I would have said quarterback, except for him.
I know
he can run.
I know
he
he's
can
special.
Catch. Yes,
he's
so smart.
MVP level player.
Yes.
But if Matthew Stafford at his very best,
you still have to protect. You still have to deliver it, and you still got to catch it. This is immediate. Give it to him and get out of the way.
I'll take the QB.
Me too. Yeah. More often than not, I would choose a QB. But if this guy is playing his best football, the Niners go right back to the top, and that's scary.
All right, Lakers season is on the brink. They got Game 5 tonight at Crypto.com Arena. What role do the referees play? That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Hey, it's Mace. LA, it's time to get real. Jacob and Ronnie is the real deal. Injured? Unsure of who to trust? Call Jacob. He's recovered hundreds of thousands of dollars where other attorneys might settle immediately for pennies. Get a partner who's committed to turning your setback into a comeback. Call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Or remember, call Jacob.com. Jacob is the real deal.
Call Jacob.
Ready for a delicious escape? The New Islands Restaurant's $10 protein bowls are your ticket. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients. They're only here for a limited time, so enjoy one today. Visit islandsrestaurants.com.
Hey, John Ireland here for Thrive Cybersecurity. We all know in sports that defense wins games and turnovers kill you. That's also true in business. The truth is 1/3 of businesses will unwittingly turn over their sensitive company data to thieves this year. Don't let that happen to you. Remember this website, thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. Thrive starts with a comprehensive cyber risk assessment. Their security analysts identify gaps and deliver proactive solutions to help keep your network healthy and protected. It's not a matter of if, it's when. Get ready. Visit thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. Play defense. Use Thrive and protect your business.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
Evan Cohen here. Picking a place to build a life is a lot like selecting a draft pick. Make a decision that will set you up for long-term success. Pick Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, you'll find dynamic career opportunities, beautiful seasons, affordable living, and legendary weekends. From its high quality of life and great schools to its fine arts, culinary, and pro sports scenes, Wisconsin gives you so much to look forward to. That's why you should pick Wisconsin. Learn more about making Wisconsin your home. Visit pickwisconsin.com.
Hey there, I'm Jack.
And I'm Stag.
We're just two deer that want to make sure you know it's deer season at your authorized John Deere dealer. The deer season that saves bucks. You know, like us.
Yeah, you can get $3,000 off select John Deere machines. No early wake-up calls or tree stands required.
Just a trip to your authorized dealer before June 2nd.
If you ask us, it's the only deer season worth celebrating.
Visit johndeere.com/deer season to find an authorized dealer and for complete finance details.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
DeMarco, I'm going to put you on the spot here a little bit.
Go ahead.
You don't happen to remember the name of the person that sent you the tweet asking us about when we were going to give the Angels credit for being off to a good start, do you?
You want me to tell you?
No, I'm just curious if you might remember. Sometimes
because it was a couple of weeks ago. So
yeah,
it's going to be backed up in your notification.
Yeah. Was it a couple of weeks?
Yeah, maybe 3 weeks ago.
It's when the Angels were at the top of their division.
Yes,
I think I can find it.
Oh, it's not that important. I just was wondering, like, say, sometimes just for whatever reason,
okay.
Bob in Long Beach sticks in your head or whatever it is.
Yeah.
They're back in last place, so just making sure that we're all paying attention.
Oh,
that they. Well, when are you going to give them credit? When they're good at the end of the season,
right? In September.
Yeah, in September.
Yes. So find a tweet and then tweet them back. Be like, where you at, bro?
Yeah,
okay,
it's still April, and the universe has righted itself.
I'll find out. Okay, that's funny.
Anyway, they're in last place again, behind the Ace.
Who
come
play
on
in
now.
a
minor league stadium.
Hey, good juju.
I'm just
don't anger the baseball gods.
I am just saying he was asking when, and this is why I said later.
Yes, right. There's only so much the Dodgers can take.
DeMarco, the Rockies have won 4 games. 4.
Are you saying that like you're surprised they actually won 4, or they just won 4?
Because look, there's an Oral has said this to both of us.
Yeah.
The adage in baseball was always, you're going to win 50 games, you're going to lose 50 games. It's what do you do with the other 50? They're not going to win 50 games.
They're not even going to come close.
They're
How do
not
you do that.
They might not win 40 games.
Wow. How do you go to a Rockies game?
25 games.
How do you go there? How do you go to a Rockies game if you're a fan?
Beer.
Just
I'm
beer?
not kidding you.
Free beer?
A good view.
A good view.
It's a beautiful ballpark.
You're
It's downtown. It's a fun place to be.
Going to see the opponent.
Go see whoever they're playing.
Yeah.
And I love baseball.
Okay.
So I'll
also, they have good giveaways. Apparently, friend Sarah says they give away like full jackets.
Yeah, they're giving away runs every night.
And it's a great ballpark. But if I know I'm going to watch the home team get slaughtered.
Yeah.
That's not a lot of fun.
I guess if you have low expectations and you just want to go see baseball.
4 wins.
Yeah, I know.
4 wins.
Yeah.
What's on tap today on 710? Lakers season on the brink. Season alive tonight at home, hopefully. Coverage begins at 5:30. Tip-off at 7. You can listen on the all-new ESPN LA app. Thanks to Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Please enjoy responsibly.
I almost want it to be done because you're prolonging the inevitable. Just go ahead, take the knife, jam it through their eye, and get it over with. You know what I mean?
5%, DeMarco.
I'm
5%.
with you, but come on, Travis, you're a realist. You know.
I am.
You absolutely know where this is headed.
Yes, but. And then this is a very small but.
Okay.
If they win tonight, and I think that they will, okay? I think that they will because I think they're going to throw their very best punch. And Minnesota, whether it's a conscious decision or a subconscious decision, they know they only need to win 1 time in 3 games. They don't have to have it tonight, and that creeps into the psyche, I think, a little bit.
Yeah.
The referees will also be involved. And I'm not saying that to be funny. I think that expect the Lakers to get a lot of whistles tonight.
Okay.
I think that they will. The other thing
Still
beyond tonight, it may not matter. You could be right about that. If they win tonight, all of a sudden that pressure that is on the Lakers tonight lessens because at least it's, to your point, not embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
It goes back to Minnesota, and now Minnesota has to win in Game 6. Now they have to win in Game 6 because if they don't, they're the team that took a 3-1 lead, turned it into a 3-3 tie, and it's coming back to L.A., and LeBron James is on the other team, and Luka Doncic is on the other team, and the league may or may not want the Lakers to move forward. If they win tonight, it swings an incredible amount of pressure back towards Minnesota.
Totally agree.
That is my 5% view.
Totally agree. If you get this thing to 3-2, you put the heat on them because they can't close you out. Or if you even the series, you put all the heat on them. And the Lakers have come back, and now you're going to be pressing.
Yes.
That's why I think they're going for the kill shot tonight.
They might.
That's why I think you're going to get a lot of Ant Edwards, and you're going to get a lot of hot shooting. from beyond the arc.
Stuff's going to have to break the Lakers' way tonight.
Yes.
Right? But that's not impossible.
No.
Right? I guess if you're being an optimistic Laker fan, none of these games have been the Lakers never had a chance tonight. That hasn't happened.
They had the last one.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Most of these games have been we kind of let this one slip through our fingers. The Lakers have been horrible in the fourth quarter. They scored 19 points in the fourth quarter in Game 4.
Tired in the fourth, yeah.
So
Very tired.
So there you go. And,
Yeah.
and I think that's the big decision coming into tonight's game is we have to try to find a way to get these guys off their feet a little bit. Just a little bit. And I get it that he's saying, J.J. Redick saying, fatigue had nothing to do with it at the end of the game. We just missed layups. No, you missed layups because you were fatigued.
Right.
You missed layups because you're asking too much of these guys. Maybe it cost you the game in the middle of the third quarter or the middle of the fourth quarter and you put these other guys in, but you're going to have to be able to lean on LeBron and Luka and those guys at the very end. That's the decision tonight. When do you find those extra minutes for those guys? How do you try to take some of the pressure off of the
Or
minutes?
they're going to have to be a little bit better in those moments, those tired guys. If there is no other answer, if you take them off the floor, you know what's going to happen. There's going to be a Minnesota run.
Probably.
That's the issue. So you're going to have to come hard down the hard road.
But can you minimize the run? Instead of it being a 16-2 run, can we have it be a 10-4
Same with
run?
Jokic.
Or you take out LeBron and leave Luka and Reeves in, and then you don't have all three off the court at the same time.
You've got no toughness. That's what I mean. That's the thing. Same with Jokic up in Denver. As soon as he comes off the floor, the other team goes attack.
They had that. This is why the Clippers really spit the bit last night. Because Jokic did come off the floor and nothing happened.
You didn't take advantage of it.
They didn't
Right.
take advantage of it, and basically they extended the lead at that point. He got half of the fourth quarter off last night. They got a couple of days off in between. Jokic is coming in fresh.
That's your opportunity. I don't think Minnesota's going to miss that opportunity, and I don't think the Lakers can afford to take him off the floor. That's the thing. I know this is the best way to employ or deploy Luka and LeBron, but I think they know that as well.
Yeah.
And remember, my Clipper friend said he would attack LeBron relentlessly to wear him out.
I would too.
Kind of the same approach if he can't leave the floor.
Of their 5 starters, 3 of them are guys that you can go at and get a positive result.
Yeah.
You can go at LeBron, and LeBron can play defense when he's engaged, but you got to spend energy to do it.
And he's got
right. And if I'm burning fuel out of his tank on that end of the court,
he didn't
great.
score in the fourth. There you go. That's it.
And Reeves and Doncic are just you can exploit them.
Right.
They're not good defensive players.
I'll trade buckets with them. You score, I'll score 3. You score 4, I'll score 8. You know what I mean? But LeBron, I think, could be the key. But I really don't think there's an answer for JJ at all to throw out there.
He kind of dug his heels in, and I think JJ's done a really good job this year. I think he's the right coach. You've said it before.
Yeah.
This could be the beginning of a nice long run for him here if things break.
Complete
right.
the roster, and then we'll see. Right.
I totally agree. I don't love the fact that he has dug in on this. It wasn't fatigue. I don't love that because to me, leadership and coaching are being able to understand when, you know what?
But you can't give them that.
I'm not saying
because
saying you give it.
Yeah,
I'm saying
they'll lean into it. Right.
I think there's a middle ground to that, where, look, this is what we have. We have to do it. Our guys tired? Sure, they're tired, but we're going to find a way to do this. We're going to try to find a way to maybe get a minute or 2 off of their legs and do it as opposed to fatigue. Yeah, clearly it had something. There's a reason no one had ever done that in the history of the playoffs because it's crazy.
I agree. I don't think he can say it, though. Remember,
not like that.
Remember the Titans, Herman Boone, waters for week? He was
get
lying.
It. I get it.
Right.
I get it. But there's a difference between admitting it and digging in on it. Digging in on a thing that is clearly wrong never makes a lot of sense to me.
Well, like the Rocky movies, no pain, no pain. Of course that crap hurts, but you're telling him it doesn't hurt.
It's like a piece of steel.
Right, no pain, no pain. You're telling them you can't be tired because if you allow that, they're going to give into it. Part of this is
LeBron James going to go, I heard JJ said that, maybe fatigue had a part to it, so now I quit? That's not going to happen.
It's not like I quit. It's just like, he said he's right.
I don't know,
the coach
man.
admitted we're fatigued.
LeBron's a pretty tough mentally guy.
Right, but
I think he's going to be able to lean in and
if you think you're working for a taskmaster like that, like he knows we're tired, but he's not giving in. So I can't give in. But if he says, I know my guys are tired, then they'll start acting tired.
When 2 of the 10 best players in the league are missing bunnies, it's probably not just because they both missed bunnies.
We know.
They're not Ben Simmons.
He just can't say it. Oh, gosh. Why'd you bring that
just
up?
because the man shot a 4-foot air ball from 5 feet away doesn't mean that he can't fill it up.
Bro, he missed everything. How do you miss the backboard from there? By this much. By that much. Way over. Like you're trying to miss.
Look,
don't ever shoot the ball again.
Steph Curry has shot an air ball.
Yes.
But
at least it was close.
But
and he was way over there when he did it. Yeah.
Dude.
Wow. Right there with no one around you?
Listen all this week to this show, the Trav and DeMarco Show, for your chance to win a $100 gift card to Islands Restaurants. Call 877-710-ESPN right now. Caller number 7 and caller number 10 will win. And when you go, make sure to try their new $10 protein bowls available for only a limited time. Listen all this week, 9 to noon on 710 ESPN. Hot and cold coming up next.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland, today at noon after Travis and DeMarco.
Laura's a realist. Greg is a realist. Mason, Ireland, you guys are clowns.
Oh. Screw you, Josh.
Damn.
The Mason and Ireland are
raining on everybody.
Mason and Ireland are clowns. That's going to be a drop for a long time.
Why not?
DeAndre, pull that.
Yeah.
Mason and Ireland are
Frank.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Hey, it's Bethel Duran. If you've ever been in a car accident, you know how stressful it can be. My boy Leo and the crew at Active Collision are there for you. They're the experts at taking care of your business. I'm dealing with it right now. Hit and run. The back of my truck was smashed. I thought it was just a simple fix the tailgate. No. Leo said, boom, boom, boom. This is a problem, Bethel. Let me take care of it. 626-330-0100. 626-330-0100. You'll get a 50% discount on your deductible when you let them know that 710 sent you. Or check them out on Instagram at active.collision.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Mother's Day is almost here, and I've been thinking about this all the time, how my mom always took care of me, man. I remember like when I was a kid, like a little kid, I'd forget my lunch. Mom would bring it over to the school. That way I wouldn't go starving the whole day. I mean, you never forget what mom does for you. Abuela too, tia, your wifey, who does all sorts of stuff for you. And I'm sure your sister probably did plenty for you too when you were growing up. So my mom did everything to make me happy. I'm returning the favor. I'm sending her happy flowers for Happy Mother's Day from the Bouquet Company. Short for bouquets. We're hooking you up. 25% off your order. All you got to do is use the promo code ESPN so you can send some happy flowers too. Bouquets aren't just any flowers. Their flowers are cut fresh from the best farms, so they're bigger, brighter, and they last way longer. Some even grow on the side of a freaking volcano. Wow mom with a bright, happy bouquet, or go to Bouquet's flower subscription so she gets her fresh blooms on repeat. Look, guys, you can't forget mom. Mother's Day is May 11th, so order your Bouquets now. Go to Bouquets.com. That's BOUQS.com. Promo code ESPN for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com. Promo code ESPN. Bouquets. Promo code ESPN.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
A great lawn is like a great sports team. It takes expertise and a little extra care to really stand out. That's where True Green comes in. They're the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour, so they know a thing or two about keeping grass looking like a fairway. It's more affordable than you think, and they'll even match any competitor's price. Plus, True Green backs it all up with a satisfaction guarantee. Head to TrueGreen.com today. Let the pros do the work while you sit back and enjoy the results.
As you know, we've welcomed the new partner here at 710 ESPN, NextGen. NextGen, the official AC, heat, and plumbing company of SoCal sports fans.
You're as cold as ice.
Call 833-3-NEXTGEN, NEXGEN, or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com. Time for our feature we do 3 days a week.
Cause you're hot and you're cold.
Who's hot? Who's cold? Thanks to NextGen. Boy, time for Who's Hot? Who's Cold? Take it away, Producer M.
Aloha.
Buenos dias.
What up?
Burn it up. Burn it down? What did you
burn it up?
Burn it up.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So I know you guys don't watch this show, but what's hot is baseball references. I'm going to talk about the show The Last of Us. So stay with me for 5 seconds while I explain the setup.
That's the virus movie?
Infected. Show, Pedro Pascal, Bella Ramsey.
Close enough.
Yes. In it, the infection starts in 2003. So September-ish of 2003. Okay? So now, where the show takes place, what happened on Sunday, happens about 20-ish years later. Around now. And in it stars Catherine O'Hara, and she is a baseball fan. And they have built a new life where they even have Little League Baseball now. So within this confines to keep out the infected, and life is kind of restarting, and there's Little League Baseball. And that's kind of cute, and she's watching these games, drinking because she's an alcoholic. She's talking to the person next to her. His name is Tommy. And she says this, that these kids aren't much better than the 2003 Tigers. And if you know, the 2003 Tigers were the worst, held the worst American League record in history until 2024 White Sox, which in the series never happened. But I thought it was kind of cool to get a little bit more in-depth sports reference in a show that works. And, you know, if you're a Tigers fan, you never saw your team finish that season.
That's true. Deep cut.
Yeah.
Like, you got to really know. This is why I know you like this show, Em. Were you a fan of 30 Rock, DeMarco, with Tina Fey?
Yeah. Didn't hate it.
Tracy Morgan? Yeah. In almost every episode of 30 Rock, there's an NBA-themed joke. Almost
Scottie
without
Pippen
exception.
a lot.
There's and it's usually with Jenna, the blonde ditzy girl. But it was not always it wasn't a Michael Jordan joke. It's not a Magic joke. It's a Lamar Odom joke. It's like a deep cut
Something
in the NBA.
know. Yeah.
Somebody clearly that wrote for that show
Probably Hannibal Buress or Donald Glover.
was an NBA fan, and they were watching this show, and they were burying these deep cut sports jokes that were really funny. But I would imagine when I said to Will Forte, who played her husband in the show for a few seasons, I interviewed him at one thing. I said, one of the things I love about your show are these NBA jokes. He goes, what are you talking about? And I said, well, and I had this one. He goes, oh, I never knew that. And he's not a sports fan. So, it's like, it was just one of those things. I love it when you get those deep cut sports jokes buried inside of other things.
He's just saying a line. He doesn't know what it means.
I'm just reading. I'm an actor. I'll read the line.
That's cool. So baseball references are hot now?
That show?
I'm saying they are hot because I liked the use of it in this show.
Okay.
Not just in general. I'm just using it as a way to talk about the story.
Okay, give me a baseball reference. That would be hot. Like you're making a point about something else and you bring it to baseball.
They're cheating like the Astros or something like that. Like
There you
something
go.
like that.
Okay.
I've never seen somebody go that bad that fast since Max Muncy in 2025.
Good one right there.
Okay.
And it'd be something like where
Dude,
again,
you're less courageous than Tyler Glasnow
Oh,
in
my
2020.
God.
Something like that. I'm just making stuff up.
You're getting them all out.
I'm just making stuff up. The mound was wet, DeMarco. He couldn't pitch anymore.
You're getting them all
What
out
are we
now.
doing?
And the best thing about this, what you would like, Travis, is that the baseball in the episode is like very short, but it's also bad because it's Little League.
Yeah.
They didn't have to fake having people be quote unquote good at baseball.
Well, I understand your point, and it's a good. But here's the problem: like usually, there's a kid in the Little League who is really good. Like we've all played the guy in Little League where that guy's just way better than everybody else. When that kid shows up in a TV show or a movie, he still stinks. Go get the kid off the Little League field who's the best player and say, hey, kid, I need you to say, oh, yeah? And just look into the camera and do that, and then run the bases and swing the bat. That's all we need out of you.
And by the way, last segment, I almost did a Last of Us spoiler, and I held myself back
There
when
you
you were
go.
mentioning something.
Okay.
And speaking of oh yeah, New York police are looking for a group of teens responsible for conducting the quote Kool-Aid Man Challenge on a fence. The quote Kool-Aid Man Challenge is where a group of teens charge through a homeowner's fence before running away.
They run through the fence?
Yeah.
I wish you would. I wish you would run through my fence. Oh, my God. I would go Albert Bell. I would. I'd get my Ford Explorer
Chase him down?
and chase you down.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh,
my
yeah.
God. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
That's a thing, running through fences?
Apparently with teens in New York. I don't know. I saw some videos.
So,
I know it's not great, but
I hope that they keep videoing themselves because that's ultimately how they will catch these.
They're on
dummies.
Ring cameras. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not putting it on social media.
But same thing, right? Ring cameras or whatever. So they'll get caught because they're dumb kids.
Yes.
But the other part that you know what's going to happen?
What?
They're going to try to Kool-Aid a fence that's a good fence.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to bounce off that fence like it's made out of concrete.
Right.
And I'd like to see that.
Something's going to hurt.
And I want to watch some kid who thinks he's hilarious and watch, I'm going to Kool-Aid this guy's front gate.
Knocks
And
himself out.
the front gate is in 6 feet of concrete, and the guy breaks his collarbone smashing into it.
Or there's going to be a Great Dane
Right.
on the other side.
Yeah, or that.
German Shepherd.
Or
It's going to be the dog from the Sandlot. on the
Right,
other
there you
side.
go.
the beast,
Yeah.
right? Or dad is
Yeah.
going to be sitting behind the fence waiting to get Kool-Aid, and he's going to yoink
Thank
one of
you
the
very
kids
much.
as they come through and teach him a lesson.
See, public spanking should come back.
Another reason Kool-Aid is cold is because, so you guys don't watch the show either, but it's called The Studio. It's on Apple TV. It's great. The episode last night where they're trying to make a movie about the Kool-Aid Man, kind of like Barbie.
Oh,
how they're
yeah.
using
They're
IP.
making a movie about the Kool-Aid guy?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And whatever. And they, in the show, cast Ice Cube as the Kool-Aid Man.
Okay.
Well, no, the whole thing is the episode is about how to try to not be racist with the making of the Kool-Aid Man, and it's really fun.
Ice Cube as the Kool-Aid Man.
You go.
I would love to see that. I think
Because
I
they're
might like to see that.
Oh, we're gonna cast Kiki Palmer as his wife, and it was
Oh, my God.
all the things you're thinking are in the show.
It has to be. This is why I don't watch. Yes, right there.
But the thing is, they're making fun of it, and why these studios
I
are
get the
trying
humor.
to construct it.
I get the humor. I do. You know what? I started Tulsa King last night.
Oh, how is it?
I liked it.
Yeah?
I'm a Stallone guy, though.
Yeah, I like
Anybody?
Stallone.
Tulsa King?
No.
I haven't seen it.
No, not at all?
I haven't
Okay.
seen it, but Stallone is more hit than miss for me, but he's not always a hit.
Yeah.
But it's Taylor
Yeah.
Sheridan, which you probably would like because you liked
Yeah.
Landman and you liked
Yeah.
Guy's
enough of
got
Yellowstone.
he's
Yeah.
everywhere.
No, he's-
Another
he's on
Taylor
fire.
Sheridan
How
thing.
many episodes do you watch?
I'm on episode 2.
Okay.
It's a perfect
He's a
role.
mob boss, gets relocated like Tulsa, I
He's
guess.
basically playing
Just
a
got out
tough
of prison,
guy.
and the first one he gets out of prison gets picked up and goes see the mob bosses, and the mob bosses send them out to Tulsa.
Yeah.
Have you watched it?
I started the first 2 episodes as well.
Did
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
Are you out?
No, it's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a perfect. He's a tough guy. It's
There's also-
exactly what you think.
There's also a show called Mobland that I've been getting a lot from.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah,
right?
Tom Hardy
Yeah.
and Pierce Brosnan and Helen Mirren.
Oh.
I
The way
want to
you
see
looked-
that one.
The way you looked at me when I talked about this show, you're like, "What? You watch this?"
I wouldn't have clocked you as a
Yeah,
Tulsa
no,
King guy, Jorge.
I watched it because Brenda's dad watched. He's a Stallone guy as well.
Okay. Yeah.
So he starts. I'm like, "What are you watching?" He's like, "Oh, it's Tulsa King," and he told me about it. I started.
Is
watching.
he there blowing stuff up, or is he acting?
Not yet.
Not yet.
We haven't got there, but
Okay.
he hasn't.
Watch
I
the
think
trailer.
I've watched 2 episodes. I think he's knocked 2 guys out
Yeah.
already.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's the Stallone I like.
Right.
Because because the new mob guys want to do things their way. He's like, no. I'm old school minded. Like
Doing it
you
this
gotta do
way.
it this way.
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
so inventive.
And he knocked the guy out with a body shot. Pure Rocky. Right.
Yeah.
The body.
Yeah, we go to that. We go to the body.
That's
I could
right.
probably tell you the basis of every Taylor Sheridan show that's ever existed.
Yes.
But that's okay, because you guys like it, and it's a lot of people like it.
Make more than one flavor ice cream.
Exactly.
Right?
As everywhere,
A little
man.
bit of something for everybody. Who's hot, who's cold? It's brought to you by NextGen, the official heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. Call 833-3-NEXTGen. That's 833-3-NEXGEN. Or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com. How about Shaq being the general manager at Sacramento State?
Unreal.
Like, Curry's at Davidson.
Yep.
Max Crosby's at Eastern.
Eastern.
There was another big
Andrew
name.
Luck is at
Andrew
Stanford.
Luck is the one at
Yeah.
Stanford, and now Shaq at Sac State, who's Mike Bibby is the head coach.
Yes.
Good
Lombardi's also at UNC. Mike Lombardi.
Mike Lombardi's
Good
at
job
UNC.
if you can get it. Come on. GM at a college?
It sounds pretty great.
Woj
Sounds
too?
awesome.
Woj
Yes.
at
St. Bonnie's.
St. Bonnie's.
Sounds awesome.
Sacramento State.
Doesn't
Sacramento State. Please tell me you just made that up and he didn't do it.
I saw it.
He said that already?
He tweeted that. Yeah,
Sacramento. Oh, that makes sense.
What do they do? And I'm not being flip. Like, is it just keep the NIL stuff squared away?
I think you're just
keep your eye on the
answering
portal.
phones. Yes, you're answering phones and you're making some decisions.
And doing maybe like lower level recruiting or starting the recruitment, you know?
But Shaq isn't doing that stuff.
I mean, Shaq making a phone call.
No. Shaq
Yeah.
may be the guy that pushes you over the finish line.
Yeah.
But Shaq, if Shaq calls and said, "Hey, I know you're thinking between Duke and Sacramento State. We'd love to have you here." Maybe it would.
Oh, you're looking at the other way. The people that are giving money. Shaq is going out and soliciting.
Okay, so he's a rainmaker.
Yes, he's going
Okay.
out and he's soliciting on behalf of SAC. That gets you in the door.
Okay.
That might
That
get
makes
people
a lot
to
of
spend money.
sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But he's not like grinding it out in an office every day, is he?
No.
Is Andrew Luck?
Andrew Luck, I think, actually might be more administrative.
Okay.
Like, he may be actually working at Stanford, because I think you have to.
Well, and you got just a football team. You got how many guys are on a college football team? 80?
At
100?
least.
Right? You got a lot of bodies.
Yes.
And guys are coming and going all the time. You'd have to be that's like a full-time gig. I don't want that.
Yeah. And he already fired a guy.
Well, he fired himself, but yes.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he's the one that put it out there. Yeah. So I think Andrew Luck actually might be an administrator. I think some of these guys are figureheads. Like Max Crosby, I don't think is going to do much besides be there.
I don't know what made me think of this, but it made me think of it. Did you see where the entire Baylor men's basketball team, the entire team is not coming back?
The entire team transferred?
Not one single player is going to return next year. Not one.
How does that make you feel as a coach? Everybody just left you.
How does it make you feel as a fan of Baylor basketball or a fan of it's just?
I wouldn't care if I was a fan. Get me more players. As a coach, how am I supposed to coach this?
I want good players too, and I'm not saying that you can't expect some turnover from year to year, but part of this is I know these guys a little bit. I know. Right. He's a lot better at this. Hey, he didn't get any better at this. Hey, this is the thing he always struggles with. Hey, this guy makes this shot a lot of the story. If it's just 5 guys filling out a uniform,
I think that's what it is.
Oh,
when I heard that Coach K doesn't recruit high school anymore, there's no need.
Coach K's not coaching anymore.
I mean, was it Pitino? Pitino doesn't. Yeah. Pitino doesn't recruit from high school because there's no need. I recruit from transfer portal.
Yeah. Why do I want an 18-year-old when I can get a 20-year-old?
Bam, and just pay him to come in. So I think this is what college
I'm not
sports
saying that it
is going to be.
I'm saying it sucks.
Yes, it is.
It can't be that transactional and have people still care about it the same way.
Unless your team gets all the good players.
But you're not. It's going. Sometimes you might. Sometimes you might not. There has to be some emotional connection to this. If it's that transactional, I really don't care.
It's going to hit an iceberg at some point. I agree with you there.
Everybody gone. Everybody. I don't. Who I got to learn these guys.
As long as you restock it with good players, I wouldn't care now.
The Dump coming up next is Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
With 4 goals in his last 3 matches, Danipo Wanga is heating up.
Dani pushes it into the 18 on his left foot, cuts it back to his right. Dani still on the ball, looking for the shot. Goal! Dani has scored to tie it!
Up next, the Black and Gold continue their march up the Western Conference table with the battle versus the Dynamo.
Oh, what a goal! It's a golazo for Dani Wanga!
LAFC hosts the Houston Dynamo. Coverage starts Saturday night at 7 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Los Angeles, game day is here. Whether you're watching courtside or couchside, fuel up with the fire-grilled flavor of El Pollo Loco. Their famous fire-grilled chicken, marinated in citrus and spices, cooked over an open flame. It's the perfect play for your taste buds. From their fan-favorite chicken tostadas to fire-grilled family meals that feed your whole squad, El Pollo Loco has you covered. Get in the game with El Pollo Loco because great flavor is always a slam dunk. El Pollo Loco. Order today at elpolloloco.com.
The sports calendar is heating up, and with ESPN Bet Sportsbook, you can go from checking news and stats to placing bets in just a couple of taps. Stream games, bet live, and get exclusive offers when you link your ESPN account. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code JOEQ to get started today. That's J-O-E-Q, Joe Q. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
It's time for everything we haven't gotten to today. Yes, it's time for the dump.
A very happy 44th birthday to Bon Iver.
Which
Bon
one?
Iver.
Which guy?
Bon Iver.
Bon Iver.
Isn't that a store? Ice cream store?
It's a magazine that teaches you how to cook. Bon Iver.
Justin Verdon, a.k.a. Bon Iver's birthday is today.
Just be Justin Verdon. That's fine.
Well, no, it's got to get a little bit more mystique as Bon Iver.
No, and it's mystique would be like, I don't know, what that thing that Prince called himself after that symbol. Like, that's like, what the heck is that?
Bon Iver
Bon Iver is
cool.
just a weird name.
So is the Prince thing.
No, the Prince symbol's like, no, that's like, hey, what's that guy going? What's going on with that guy? Like, why did he do that?
There are plenty of people who have stage names. Happy birthday, Justin Vernon / Bon Iver.
Justin
Nice.
Vernon.
Just stay with Justin Vernon. What's wrong with that?
That's a
Can't
good
sell
name.
that.
Yeah,
That's
Billy
a good name.
Shakes.
Huh?
What's that?
Billy Shakes.
Billy
Billy
Shakes.
Shakes. There you go.
Billy Shakes.
There you go.
William
See,
Shakespeare.
stay with your name.
To be or not to be.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, if this flower were called something else, would it still be cool?
And maybe there was already a Justin Vernon in I don't know, in the music guild or whatever.
Yeah,
you know
he
how
would
people
be
like to change
a
their name.
critic. Bon Iver would
Bon
be
Iver.
Yeah.
the artist. The Bucks, led by a young man by the name of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and veteran Oscar Robertson, beat the Baltimore Bullets 118-106 to complete a 4-game sweep of the NBA Finals, capturing the franchise's first NBA championship.
Oh.
Kareem's first title with the Bucks in '71.
Kareem, center, Bucks. I know another center that could be free that's playing for the Bucks right now. Just
Feels
saying.
like it.
I'm just saying, could be.
Feels
Shows
like
a
it.
lot of restraint. Refused to knock an old man out that challenged him.
You wonder how that shakes out. You wonder if he has like kind of the Matthew Stafford thing where he goes to him and says, listen, man, I've given you everything I have. We won a title together, but we're nowhere close. And I want to go take another shot at this somewhere else. Go see what you can get for me.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? And if you're the Lakers, why wouldn't you make a play for him?
Yeah, I mean, look, great. But the Lakers feel, Houston feels possible. The Knicks feel possible.
For him?
For him.
Yeah.
Yeah, the places that...
Giannis in New York, Giannis in L.A., Giannis with Luka. That's what I'm looking for. Giannis in a big.
He's going to go to a place with a lot of assets, and I think it's going to be more like the Rockets.
Could be, but you know what I thought? I mean, depending on how this series goes, they're going to fight like hell tonight, I hope. Maybe AR isn't a potential deal now, based on what you've seen. It was don't touch. Now I may have backed off a little bit.
But he's also your future.
No, Luke is your future.
Okay, part of your future.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I hear you, but it's no longer
hands off.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's. What are you thinking?
Doors open.
Yeah, it's. I think that's what it is. Before it's like, look, we're not. When it was LeBron and AR and AD, it was no, man. We're nowhere without this guy. We have to. Now it's what are you thinking?
Right.
Blow me away.
Call me. Yeah. Call me. Let's talk.
Yeah. Make me an offer I can't refuse because I really don't want to. But tell me what's on your mind.
Right. If you present me with something I can't say no to, then I'll probably say yes.
It was today in 1991 that Michael Jordan had that big dunk on Patrick Ewing in Game 3. The Bills win the game to sweep the Knicks out of the playoffs.
No, that wasn't it.
That's
when he dunked on Mutombo.
Yeah.
This is when he bashed. Oh my God, when he bashed on Patrick.
Yes.
Is this after Starks got him or before?
This might have before Starks because Starks
this might have been what started it. Yeah.
Yeah.
John Starks. Yeah, that's a playoff legend no one talks about.
Patrick Ewing and Ernie Els remind me of the same person. The golfer Ernie Els.
The runner-up?
Dude, you were born at the wrong time.
I'm sorry, bro.
You're born 10 years earlier or 10 years later. You are one of the all-time greats.
True.
But I got bad news. There's this Jordan guy and there's this Tiger guy.
And he's undeniable.
And I'm sorry, you're never going to beat him.
Nope.
You're never going to beat this guy. And no matter how good you are, no one's going to really be all that interested.
Wow.
It's just that the time. Reggie Miller is another one.
You're talking to your maker. I'm going to make you one of the best athletes in whatever sport you choose. Just one thing. You're never going to win. You're going to be as great as everyone. You're going to be one of the greatest players to ever play that sport. You're just never going to win.
Mr. Holiness, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Why are we not going to win?
Because I've already put the other guy down there.
I'd sign up for that.
right.
I'd sign up for that. Like if it's because you choke at the last second every time, it's like, no, I don't think I want that.
No, it's just the other guy.
Yeah, but if that guy's just a little better than me, I'd be okay. I could live with that.
Yes.
Oh, big day. Big day. Today in 2004. Ireland will appreciate this one. Mean Girls was released in theaters.
Really?
Heck yes.
Yes. Emily, I know you're a fan.
When I graduated
like
high school.
I feel like
What
I
year?
know
2004.
2004. Oh.
that movie. I can probably quote the entire movie. It's I've rewatched it so many times. It's my number one sleepover movie.
Oh.
I was asked at one point in time, like, what is, like, I call myself a Zillennial, Gen Z / millennial. What's our movie? And it's Mean Girls. It's Mean Girls or Shrek. Are the two movies that influence culture more than anything else of my age group.
You can't be a Zillennial. Which one are you?
Zillennial.
Probably Gen Z, but like I'm more. There's like the people that are born between like 95 and like 97 that are kind of in this like weird.
She's like the Tulsa
between.
King. She likes the old school
Tulsa
stuff, not the
King.
new stuff.
There you go. Yeah.
Tulsa M.
Yeah.
When did this movie come out? Oh, 04.
04.
Okay,
Well, yeah,
okay.
we just mentioned it.
I know. I'm just looking at. Why didn't I miss this in 04? I still haven't seen
It's
Mean Girls.
very, very funny.
Is it really?
Yes. It's
It's girls being mean to other girls, right?
It's about high school cliques is
Yes.
what it's about, and it's about the mean girls in a high school clique and a girl who's kind of caught between the kids she actually likes and the kids that are the more popular
Who
kids.
she is, who she wants to be,
Yes.
how she devolves into someone she doesn't want to
And
be.
it's funny.
And there's a million jokes. It's not really PC, which also makes it funny. There's a lot of jokes that you couldn't say today, quote unquote. But it's
Okay.
great.
And Lindsay Lohan's in it.
Oh, I'm looking
That's why
at the
he
cast.
likes it.
Yeah.
Well, and it's funny.
Rachel
And-
McAdams, Amy
Yeah.
Poehler, Tina Fey.
Tina Fey is the
Oh.
writer of the movie. She is the main force of the movie.
Amy Poehler plays Rachel McAdams' mother.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and
That's a must-see.
she's very funny.
She's not like a
too.
regular mom. She's a cool mom.
She's the cool mom.
Did you ever see Just One of the Guys?
Oh yeah.
Kind of the same, right? Dude trying to fit in.
Well, that was a girl who was masquerading as a boy.
But it was about the boy trying to fit in.
It was about
Yeah.
She didn't get the journalism scholarship that she wanted because she felt it was because she was a girl, so she went
She
to a
flopped-
different high
yeah.
school as a boy and
Yeah.
fell in love with a different boy. And then there was the scene at the end.
Oh, that's
I was just gonna
that's
say
also
it.
Don't
she's
say it. Just leave
that's
it
also
like
she's the man.
Yeah,
It's the same
this
thing.
is- yeah,
but Mean
this-
Girls has nothing to do with that. There's not
Yeah.
the gender politics that those seem to have.
Hey, how
No.
about the catch from yesterday from the Blue Jays in the outfield?
Oh,
That
my
catch.
God,
the
yes.
Dalton
Dude,
Varsho.
Yes.
I've seen people fall and make a catch before.
Yeah.
Right, but it's usually they fall and they're able to get up and get to the ball.
Scramble to it.
This is
right.
the first time I've ever seen somebody fall and have the ball kind of go to where they were already laying on the ground. But it wasn't like he caught it over his head. He caught it back, like kind of behind his back without looking.
Like a trick shot.
You'll never see that again.
So he fell and rolled over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was on his back when he caught it, basically. I'll be a baseball dork here for a second. It's arguably one of the things I like most about baseball is that not only every once in a while, but frequently, I've never seen that before.
Right.
That doesn't happen a lot in other sports, and it happens once a week in baseball. Where it's like I've never seen Kike Hernandez pitch with half of a batting helmet on until last night. What the hell was that thing? Did you see that thing?
Half of a batting
What
helmet.
is
That's-
that? Like that
I
is.
don't know.
I'm looking at that like that is ridiculous.
Assuming it's for protection.
Why does he have that?
How did it get approved?
This is my point. Like sometimes you'll see those pitchers that have like that foam thing
Yes.
in there. I would understand like the helmet that a third base coach wears, like conceivably, but this is like a convertible batting helmet. It's a batting helmet that's had the top sawed off.
Can I read you his Instagram post from last night?
Sure.
So he says, after 9 years as a Dodger, I finally made my Dodger Stadium pitching debut. Honored to have done it at Women's Night. Had to wear the helmet, to remind everybody to use protection. As far as my job on the mound, I'm pretty happy about it. Induced a lot of weak contact, painted the corners of the cutter in a 40-mile-per-hour spread. When it comes to covering first base, I'll be out there with the pitchers next
Yeah,
time.
he
they
did
have
blow a
PFPs.
PFP.
Did he say use protection?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Kike Hernandez.
Kike Hernandez is still on the right side of what I'm about to say, but he's getting closer to being on the wrong side of it. We get it, bro.
Yeah.
You've got a personality.
Of course.
We get it.
You're that guy.
We
That's
get
your
it.
role.
And he's still on the right side of it.
You're
We
defending
still like
champs.
it.
Yes.
He gets really big hits in really important moments, and we love that about him. But it's like, bro, we see you.
The press thinks you're colorful.
Yeah.
If you're losing, you're a jerk.
We see you.
There you
Kike.
go.
We're good.
And this Varsho guy,
Yeah.
you had to catch it. Because if you didn't, we'd be talking about you falling down.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been the crazy thing is he might be the best outfielder in baseball.
Yeah.
And he just tripped on his feet, and then he made a highlight reel catch out of it.
You have to, right? After you do that, you got to make up for it. Oh, my gosh.
I don't know if we're going to do it right now, but I just made a 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 6 Bill Belichick things that I need to get in before the end of the day.
I'm sure John and Mace would want to hear it, so maybe do it in Supercross.
You may be talking about a sick man.
I got 6 more points that think
you got to be honest. Don't pick on the old guys.
I'm trying to help the old guy. I'm trying to hope he snaps out of it. It's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Mason and Ireland.
Can you do a cartwheel, John, if you were pressed?
I used to be able to, but I haven't done it in so long.
I've not done a cartwheel in a really long time. I'm sure I can.
The biggest show on the radio, weekdays at noon.
On 710 ESPN.
Hey, Southern California, I'm Ty Pennington, the home guy, teaming up with Pechanga Resort Casino to give away a brand new house. Imagine yourself in a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home in incredible Temecula, California. All you need to do is play your favorite slots or table games at Pechanga Resort Casino. The more you play, the more entries you earn. Visit Pechanga.com or call 888-PECHANGA for complete details on Home Sweet Win.
Rules and conditions apply. Go to Pechanga.com for more details.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Hey, it's Mace. Mother's Day almost here. I've been thinking about my mom. She is the best. My mom has built a life with not stepdad Leo. She's working at the middle school in Palm Desert. She is active. She is happy. She is forever young. And this year, I'm sending happy flowers for a happy Mother's Day from the Bouquets Company. That's short for bouquets. I got you 25% off your order. Bouquets aren't just any flowers. Their flowers are cut fresh from the best farms, so they're bigger, brighter, and last way longer. Some even grow on the side of a volcano. You can even wow Mom with a Bouquets Flowers subscription. She'll get fresh blooms on repeat. It's easy. I picked my bouquet and delivery date, and I'm already done. And with 25% off, why stop with Mom? Grab some for your wife, your aunt, your grandma, too. Look, guys, you can't forget Mother's Day is May 11th. Order your Bouquets now. Go to Bouquets.com. Use promo code ESPN for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com. Promo code ESPN. Bouquets. Promo code ESPN.
Lakers fans, get your exclusive content on Lakers YouTube. Get an insider's look into your favorite players' pregame routines and go behind the scenes in exclusive mini movies. Get to know your favorite players like never before. Lock in on game day court details with our series Sights and Sounds. See exclusive videos only on the official Lakers YouTube channel. Check it out now. And let's go Lakers.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Woo-woo.
Ireland, how do you plan on observing the holiday? Today in 04, Mean Girls was released in theaters.
Yes. I'm still in shock that DeMarco Farr has never seen Mean Girls.
Never. Going to see soon, though. I haven't seen it.
Everybody has a cultural void. For me, I've never seen any Lord of the Rings movie.
Neither have I.
I have never seen a Harry Potter movie.
Neither have I.
Okay.
Neither
Oh,
have
Trav,
I.
this is where I get you.
Okay.
I've never seen a Marvel movie.
Oh,
I've
not
seen a
one?
few. I've seen
You've
a
never
few.
seen Marvel?
Not start to finish.
Wow.
I've seen some.
Okay.
I've
By
seen
the way,
some
I'm
of
going
the
to
Marvel
celebrate today by eating these. I got these power bars.
The
from,
Swedish power
they're
bars?
Swedish and they are delicious. And I just
The
can't
Caltine
stop buying
beans.
the
Caltine bars,
Exactly.
thank
They are
you.
so good.
I have an encyclopedic memory of this movie, so yeah.
It's a great one.
I think, DeMarco, if you went and I pulled it up on Netflix or wherever it's streaming, you would come in tomorrow morning and look at the three of us like, you guys are all idiots.
I did that with Trudell had never seen Trading Places,
Okay.
so I made him watch it, and
Yeah.
he goes, I don't get it. What's the big deal? I go, I oversold it.
In its time,
Yeah.
it was great. But not every movie plays well in...
Put it this way.
Yeah.
If you watched Coming to America for the first time today, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Right.
Trading Places is less hilarious. It's still funny, but the back half of that movie is not particularly good. Like the first two-thirds
The
of the
guy in
movie.
the gorilla suit's funny, though. The guy in the gorilla suit's funny.
Oh,
yeah.
without Franken and Tom Davis?
Yeah, the gorilla suit in particular, it's like, what do we, this is just...
That was kind of funny.
stupid.
Yeah, poor guy
Yeah.
got caught in the gorilla suit. Yes. I will see Mean Girls, though. I
Yeah,
gotta see
Mean
this.
Girls, awesome.
Yes.
You can't make fetch happen.
You what?
You're never
Stop,
going to...
stop trying to make fetch happen.
Fetch happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the girls keeps trying to say that's so fetch.
Gretchen.
And find
Gretchen,
it.
yeah.
Who's
Oh,
now
try to make fetch happen.
who's
Her hair is so big 'cause it's
who's
full of
now a
secrets.
Hallmark star?
wait,
Lacey
yes, she
Chabert.
is.
Yeah.
Yes, she
And and finally Rachel McAdams looks at her and goes, "Stop trying to make fetch happen."
It's not going to happen.
It's a thing
oh my
people
God.
are saying.
Yeah.
Her father, the inventor of toaster strudel.
Oh, that's right.
Be a good thing to invent.
Who is that? That is Amanda Seyfried,
Rachel
Lacey
McAdams
Chabert, Rachel
and Lohan.
McAdams,
Lindsay
yeah.
Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan.
Who,
Yes.
and then
She's great. Lindsay Lohan's
Lizzie
great in that
Kaplan
movie.
is her
Terrific.
friend, right?
Yeah,
That's Lizzie Kaplan.
but before Lindsay Kaplan looks like Janice Ian in that movie.
Yeah.
She looks completely different
Yeah.
5 years later.
Oh, yeah.
Like she lost like 50 pounds. She stopped. She changed. She's
She's been the lead of shows. Was she Peaky Blinders or one of
yeah.
those?
And Emily, she was in one of those Now You See Me movies. Or,
Yes.
Yeah. And
She also had dated Matthew Perry for a while.
Oh, interesting.
all right.
Yeah.
Do you watch Hallmark movies?
Oh, he loves
You-
them.
Are you
but-
asking
you
that?
didn't know
Are you
that? I knew
kidding?
that.
No, but I know that you are aware of them. But do you,
You know who else
actually
does?
Huge
watch
fan.
them?
Oh, I have seen, I think, everyone. And you know who is right with me? Michael Thompson.
So
Really?
weird.
It,
They really are. I understand,
little bit.
Michael, because they're designed for old people. But you...
What are you talking about? I'm 61.
You've crossed the barrier
Okay,
into old.
I want to
Wait,
get into
Laura,
this.
you watch them, right?
Oh,
Heck yeah.
Laura.
Here's the thing about Hallmark movies, Trav. There's a few rules.
Okay.
All right. So stay with me here. Number one, the number one rule: the boss / chief of police, always a minority, normally black.
In what show?
Any Hallmark.
Any
Any
movie.
Hallmark
movie,
show.
yeah.
Oh, really?
The boss or the chief of police or the head of the company is always a
Always.
black guy.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
The lead actor.
Progress.
The
At
lead
least
act-
on TV.
The actress always has a best friend who can never, ever, under any condition, be more attractive than the lead actor.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Number two,
Rules.
no sex ever.
No, they're very chaste.
Ever.
Very
Okay.
chaste.
sex
Okay,
ever,
you
yeah.
cannot have sex. No
Is it impl-
tongue.
is it
you can't
implied?
even do that. I've
No.
never seen a Hallmark
It's not
movie.
even implied?
No.
No.
Oh.
How about this, DeMarco? I've never seen a Hallmark movie where the lead actor and lead actress who always get together at the end, they always fall in love and get together at the end, have ever gotten out of the same bed. Ever.
Wow.
So
They don't go to the room and the door closes like it's
No,
implied?
it's like never.
It's hand holding and kisses on the cheek.
Oh,
it's
wow.
incredibly G rated.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
super G rated.
And here's the standard Hallmark plot. Okay, girl in the beginning, who obviously is like on a scale of 1 to 10 is either a 9 or a 10, like somebody just great looking.
But she's dating an a-hole, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
All right, and the a-hole breaks her heart, and she'll never find love again. And somehow a guy way better looking
That she
Shows
knew
up.
from a long time ago.
that she went
From
to
her
camp
hometown.
with
Shows
when
up.
she was
Hometown.
5,
Oh, wow.
shows up in a dirty shirt and says, "How can I help?" And by the end, they're in it together.
Doesn't she always
beautiful.
go back to her hometown at some
Yes.
point?
Something
too?
like
Isn't
That's
that-
also another.
Yes.
That's the old Reese Witherspoon, Sweet Home
And-
Alabama.
there you go.
Right.
yeah.
And in Hallmark movies, it's always a knockoff of an existing movie. Like Lisa will always go in the first 10 minutes, she'll go, "This is You've Got Mail." And I go, "Oh, that makes sense." Or she'll say,
That's
So you
when
watch
Harry
them with
Met
Lisa?
Sally.
"Trav, there is always a television on at my house, okay?
I can
Always. and it's either on ESPN if it's just me by myself, or if Lisa's there, it's on Hallmark all the time. And I don't mind it.
When does Bravo happen?
At night.
Oh, at night.
Yeah.
Bedtime.
Hallmark movie
Bravo after dark,
mate.
Bravo after dark.
At 7 o'clock every night.
Yep.
7 o'clock sharp. Hallmark Channel goes to the Golden Girls. So there are no movies at night.
Okay, I
Nice.
get Golden Girls, but see,
Somebody sent a picture the other day. Ed Hart, our buddy Ed Hart, sent a picture of the 4 Golden Girls. He goes, allow me to ruin your day.
Oh,
All 4 of these Golden Girls were younger when they took this picture than any of you are now.
Ruth Clanahan, who played Blanche,
Yes.
was, I think, like 52.
She was the youngest.
Really?
Yeah, and she was in her
I
early
always thought
50s.
Estelle Getty was the youngest, but Ruth McClanahan was the youngest.
Yes.
Are all 4 of those
Oh, my
women
God.
gone?
Yeah, they've all gone. Betty
They're
White,
all-
I think, was the
oh,
last
okay.
Golden Girl.
Okay.
I think I
They're
looked that
younger
up the
than
other
we
day.
are now. Oh, you just ruined my whole day.
There you go.
You missed your opening. You said dirty T-shirt. That could have been your Belichick entrance there. You had some
Oh,
stuff
so
about
here's
Belichick.
more Belichick?
Our daily
The
Belichick.
more I go down this rabbit hole, the more scared I am for Bill. I think this girl has. I'm very into the cult theory now.
So here we go. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that I read. 5 different things that I read, and the following phrases were used to describe this situation that they're in.
Got it.
Number 1, the Jordan Hudson was described as a quote runaway train.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Sounds right.
That someone inside the UNC football department was anonymously quoted as saying it's an alarming situation.
Oh, boy.
I would be alarmed.
Okay.
That friends of Belichick are privately shaking their heads.
Oh, boy. Okay.
There are now, they've gone, apparently Jordan Hudson is a former beauty pageant contestant.
Okay.
And a cheerleading competition girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they have now found some of her fellow competitors from the Maine beauty pageant circuit, M-A-I-N-E, the state.
Okay.
She's
state
from
of
there?
Maine. She's from Maine.
Okay.
And they're now pulling quotes from her talking about her ambition as a younger woman.
And that is to marry an older
This
man?
is to become a known person.
To be
become
famous.
known.
Her
To
goal
be
is to
famous.
become famous.
Okay.
To become known.
Okay.
And then she is now posting Bill Belichick's private emails on her Instagram.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
She's
boy.
posting
I read the
his
one. I
private
read the
emails?
one she posted that he
Yes.
actually predicted what would happen in the
Yes.
CBS interview before it happened.
Oh, really?
That is the
He
latest.
said, "I want to do a media tour to promote my book, but all they're going to do is they're going to ask me about my personal life
Why I
and
blanked out.
and they're going
He predicted.
they're going to ask me about Bob Kraft, all the things that
Why
CBS
do the interview?
because he wants to promote the book."
But, I mean-
Mace, I'm with you. Have you ever seen anybody look less comfortable doing an interview?
No.
You know who did? Jordan looked less comfortable than Bill.
Yeah.
They were both.
Well, she kept
Kelly.
interrupting.
Yeah, she kept interrupting because and the reason CBS left that clip in of we're not talking about that is because apparently she kept doing it.
Yeah.
like she
it
kept,
happened
really?
a
she
bunch
kept
of times.
hijacking the interview.
And at one point, they almost walked out
She's
of the interview.
protecting
she
Bill.
did
She did,
apparently.
yeah.
She thinks she's protecting Bill?
Or
just
That's
know.
one take on it.
Yeah.
I think she's taking her corner of the store.
Yes,
She's trying to make herself famous.
Correct.
Okay, that makes sense. I got one more question for you.
She got her wish.
After watching the video of Giannis not kill Halliburton's kid,
Mr.
Right.
Halliburton.
if you
Or
can,
his dad, actually.
who is the craziest player's father you met? A guy that would actually do this, go on the floor type.
John Morant's dad does that.
Yeah. I met John Morant's dad a couple years ago. He's a live one.
Tyrese Halliburton's dad
Live
does
wire.
that.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
At the in-season tournament one year, Memphis was playing, and the dad sat next to each other and put on a whole show. Halliburton's dad and
Those two guys?
Morant's
Oh,
dad
wow.
just
Oh,
yelling
wow.
at each other. Mason and I have talked about this before on our show. If my mom ever commented publicly on anything involving my career, I would literally not talk to her for a week.
What did I say to you, Marco, earlier today? I said the second you become famous and there's real money coming in, there needs to be a meeting among the people in your life that you care about.
Right.
Hey, you guys don't say anything about me. Don't. If anybody asks you anything
remember
about
when
me, just say,
what's her name became famous? Meghan Markle. It
Yeah.
all started coming out of the woodwork.
like,
her family's still
we're-
talking.
we're-
Poor little princess.
We're not
Yeah.
doing that. We're gonna because Dad can't have come within an inch of getting knocked out by Giannis last night.
No,
Yeah.
forehead to forehead, and they were at it.
If he
me
would have
ask you a
headbutted
question,
him,
mate.
it's over.
Yeah.
By the way, Travis, the #1 movie last year on cable TV.
Hallmark.
Yeah. Do you know which
Kansas
one?
City Chiefs one, right?
Yep. Chiefs holiday touchdown.
You got to be kidding.
Where a girl
NFL's undefeated.
And by the way,
You're kidding me.
and they got a bunch
You're
of
kidding
name.
me.
They got a bunch of name actresses. They got this girl Hunter King, who's been in a bunch of Hallmark movies and who's super cute. They got one of their leading Hallmark men to be the director of fan engagement for the Kansas City Chiefs. He goes looking for the world's like we just did the Gaffote.
Yeah.
Yes.
They go looking for the Gaffote, and it just turns out that Hunter King and her family, which included Diedrich Bader from Off in Space, Magus Price from Rules of Engagement, Ed Begley Jr. was her grandfather, and they all owned a Chiefs store outside of Kansas City, and they were named the Gaffotes, and there's your movie.
Was Lisa able to identify what that movie is in the normal form?
No, but now this is going to be the precedent for next year's movie, which is Bill's Holiday Love Story. It has already been greenlit.
Yeah.
So
Burning tables.
Got a quick one for you.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever been described as a live wire and meant it as a compliment?
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
sometimes.
Yes.
He's a real live wire. He's a real
Okay,
live
hey,
wire.
what do you think about that guy? Well, he's a real
All right,
live wire.
I've given you someone I've heard it about.
Okay.
And it was meant as a compliment.
All right.
Kevin Hart.
Oh,
He's a live wire.
Kevin Hart's
Okay.
a live wire.
Robin Williams. Live
Robin
wire.
Williams is a great
Live wire.
But if you
Yes.
think about it, think about a wire, and
live.
and it's live, and
Sparking.
it's
It can
going
kill
around,
you.
It's sparking, it can kill you. It's like you got to be careful. And I think that's an excellent description.
where did live
of
wire
how
come
Did
to
from?
somebody
celebrate
describe
that.
Jordan Hudson as that or somebody else?
No, because she's not yet. She could become a live wire
Right.
if we get some public stuff. Then
Oh,
all of a sudden there's
Halliburton's
live-
dad is a live wire.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, he's a live wire.
He's a-
That's what
yeah,
it
Almost a
Live
dead
wire.
wire.
Hey, before you guys go, did you think that fine they threw at the Falcons today was the right thing to do?
I think it was.
Thought the
You got
numbers
out
were
in
about
front.
right.
It was just it's a prank. He called. It lasted 30 seconds. No one was hurt. His
I
feelings
thought the
were hurt.
embarrassment alone was
Yes,
enough.
absolutely.
I
He said
wouldn't
he
have
didn't
fined
lose
him.
his
The
job.
fine was for the team, or was it for
Both.
Ulbrich?
$250 to the team, $100 to Jeff
Yeah.
Ulbrich.
Jeff Ulbrich.
Yeah,
And-
team's
and-
not going to feel it. He is.
I asked DeMarco this earlier that just kind of ballpark a DC in the NFL makes a couple $1 million.
Yeah, sure.
$100,000's enough to turn your head without changing your life.
Right.
But it's also enough to make sure that nothing like that
Well,
happens.
I mean, changes your budget slightly.
Trav, if
Yeah.
your kid did that, like we were privy through some ESPN email that
Right.
we had private information, your kid steals it and
Yeah.
does it, and they fine you $100,000. Do you make your kid work it off over a 10-year period?
Clean the gutter.
We're doing something.
Wash
Yeah.
the car.
Yeah, we're doing something. But if I left, yes, even if I left my laptop open and it said, "Here's Ireland's phone number, prank him."
Yeah.
But yeah, $100,000 seemed about right. $250 for the team is.
I think it's too
who
much.
cares?
I think
Do you
that-
think it's too much?
Yeah, I would have just fined the team.
You know,
250's
actions have
dropping the bucket.
ramifications. I'm sorry. You know,
And it
we
wasn't
got
the
we
end
got
of the
one.
Jack's got to learn his lesson.
There
We
you
got
go.
a tweet from somebody saying you guys are being way too lenient on that kid. They should throw the book at him. He's 21 years old. I go, what
He is
book?
grown-up.
It's not
What
a capital
crime did he
crime.
commit?
It's not.
Yeah.
By the way, I heard he called other people besides.
Did he really?
Shedeur
Yeah.
Sanders.
Well, here's the
Yeah.
amazing thing.
But there's no crime.
They
It's just
they
stupid.
videotaped the prank calls and
Yes.
put them on the internet. So there's Ulbricht's kid on the internet laughing
Doing
when they
it.
called
you're
Shedeur.
messing with somebody's life.
I'm not tripping that the kid did it. I'm tripping you let that number out.
Correct.
That's
It's
where I'd
on-
be mad.
it's on
Yeah.
the dad.
That's the stuff you can't do.
Yeah.
$100,000 lighter.
Yeah, you go. That'll
Live
learn you.
wire.
That kid's a live wire.
Live
Mace.
wire.
Supercross talk is over. We'll see you tomorrow.